Dr. Madhuri madam, good morning.
Yes, sir. Vanakkam, sir. Good morning.
Vanakkam. Good morning,
How
sir.
are you, sir?
Fine, fine, madam.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining. I'm absolutely fine.
It's my
So,
pleasure.
we
Yeah,
will introduce you and start the session, sir.
yeah. Please go ahead.
Please go ahead, participants.
Respected coordinator, respected resource person, my dear friends, participants, very good morning. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce today's distinguished resource person, Professor Yedla Venkat. He holds an uh, Master of Human Resource Management and an MA in Philosophy and Religious Studies from Andhra University, both with gold medal distinction. He also completed an MBA in marketing from University of Madras with first division. He cleared the UGC NET in industrial relationship and labor welfare and obtained his PhD in management from Tajpur University. And additionally, he successfully completed 4-month faculty development program at IIM Ahmedabad and a week-long nurturing academic leadership program at the IIM Indore. He is having 30 years of post-graduation teaching experience. Professor Rao has contributed extensively to the management education in central universities, including Assam University. His expertise spans across specialized MBA programs in tourism studies, international business, general management, and human resource management. He has taught a wide range of subjects, including management process, organizational behavior, HR in tourism, international HRM, tourism, entrepreneurship, international marketing, strategic management, and HRD. He has served as a chairman of Board of Studies in Tourism at both PG and UG levels and has been an expert member of curriculum committees across multiple central and state universities. Professor Rao has completed 6 more projects, research projects funded by UGC, ICSSR, IPA, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, and the Government of Pondicherry. Under his supervision, 13 scholars have been awarded PhD degrees. His scholarly contribution includes 6 books and 36 research papers published in reputed journals, including the prestigious Journal of Annals of Tourism Research, a top-ranked high-impact journal in tourism field. He has held multiple academic administrative positions, head of the Department of Tourism Studies 8 years, coordinator of UGC SAP DRS 1 and 2 10 years, and placement officer at Assam University 3.5 years. He coordinated collaborative agreements with the University of Rennes, France, the Confederation of Indian Industry, CII, and the Bangladesh Research Foundation. Currently, he is serving as a Dean of Students' Welfare, convener of Institution of Innovation Council, IIC, and nodal officer for Samadhana and General Elections. Professor Rao has been a member of Executive Council, Academic Council, and Court of Pondicherry University. He currently is serving as Executive Council member of Samakka and Saraka Tribal University and as a visitors nominee at Central University of Kerala. His professional membership includes the Euro-Asian Tourism Studies Association, President of Indian Tourism and Hospitality Congress South Region, and State Council member of CII Pondicherry. He has consistently ensured a 100% placement record for 400 students facilitated through collaboration with IC, IRCTC, and international students exchange programs with the University of Rennes, France. Many of his PhD scholars have secured faculty positions in central universities. Professor Rao has built strong industry academia networks, contributed to policy-making documents for the Departments of Tourism and Industries, Government of Pondicherry, and created a lasting and brand image for his institutions. He has pioneered several initiatives such as launching Yantra annual magazine and Kutsa newsletter biannual, and establishing the USTA Alumni Association in curriculum delivery. He introduced practices like on
Sorry to
tour
disturb you.
diaries
You can just
and faculty
minimize.
advisory diaries. As a dean of studies and welfare, he has created student-friendly space like selfie points, open air theaters, and student amenities and centers, and postdoctoral bodies and council panels and cultural fests with distinctive branding. Professor Rao has been widely recognized for his academic and professional excellence. He received the Best Teacher Award 2016 from the Rotary Club Hyderabad, the Best Teacher Recognition 2021-22 based on students' feedback. He was honored with a Tourism Executive Award by the Policy Research Center, Dhaka, Bangladesh, and the National Responsible Tourism Award by the Tanthia Reward Institution of Agriculture and Rural Development, Tamil Nadu. His academic journey includes visits to 14 countries for various professional academic engagements. Notably, he visited France as a official delegate of the government of Pondicherry, along with tourism ministry and officials, and traveled to Iran under a UN fellowship. With such illustrations, careers in teaching, research, administration, and international collaboration, we are privileged to have you with us today. Please join with me in welcoming Professor Yedla Venkat Rao to deliver his session. Thank you so much, sir. It is wonderful profile.
Thank you. Thank you very
Definitely
much for your
motivate different people because
excellent
from
introduction.
where you start your career, and as well where you reach, this motivate every person, sir. It is wonderful profile, sir. Thank you so much having you here, and we will enjoy definitely with this lecture. Welcome you, sir,
It's my
on behalf of
pleasure.
all the
Yeah.
participants as well as university. I welcome you. Thank you, sir.
It's my pleasure joining you all, and I am very much thankful to you and even Professor Madhuri Sawant for giving me this kind of opportunity and listening to all of you. I'm really happy, and then I'm extremely happy with you all. Right? So can I start, madam?
Yes, sir. Please
Yeah.
start.
So my voice is reaching.
Yeah, it is absolutely fine, sir.
Yeah,
It is
good,
okay.
good. What is the name of the person who introduced? Just it is not there.
Dr. Gangu. Dr. Gangu.
Dr.
So my name
Gangu.
is Dr. Gangu Naidu, Dr. Gangu Naidu Mandala from Vizianagaram, sir, Manyam Paratipur.
Okay, right, Gangu Naidu. Okay,
From
so Gangu
Central
Naidu
Tribal
garu,
University,
yeah,
sir.
so nice,
Yes, sir.
so nice of you, Gangu Naidu garu. So I'll keep in touch with you
Thank you. Definitely.
while delivering talk. So maybe you are my
Definitely.
point of contact to check whether I'm connected with the, with all of you or not. Because once I just start my PPT presentation, I could see only my screen. I don't know. I could not see all of you. I don't know whether I'm connected with you all or not. So that's why, Gangu Naidu garu, I'll just keep you as a point of contact. Maybe once in a while, I'll say hi. I'll just ensure that whether I'm connected with you all or not. That's okay for you, Gangu Naidu
Definitely,
garu?
sir. I'm
Yeah,
very happy to. I'm very happy
that's
to
fine.
follow you, sir. Definitely.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. I'm just sharing my presentation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So you already have shared. We can see
Okay.
it.
It is there, no?
Yes, sir. It is
Yes,
there.
sir.
Okay. Now I'll check whether the slides are moving or not. So slides are moving, madam?
No, sir.
Yes.
No.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Huh?
They are
No.
moving, sir.
I think for Gangu Naidu is not moving.
So here it is not moving. Yes, sir. Now it is moving, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. The second, third. So let me
It is
start with the
moving, sir.
first.
You can
Yeah,
go ahead.
that's fine. That's fine. Once again, thanking you all for having me here. It's my pleasure in talking to you on this the topic IKS induced Indian tourism, an eternal and transformative experience for healthy life and then harmonious society. So the title it seems a little bit lengthy, but if you just look at the main, the talk is on Indian knowledge system, how it is induced in Indian tourism. Because when you look at Indian tourism, it has got its own significance. So we realize and understand Indian tourism from the perspective of Indian culture, traditions, and heritage, and so on. So when we just look at the Indian culture, tradition, and then heritage, so there is a link with the Indian knowledge system. So in that context, I just link these two: Indian knowledge system induced to Indian tourism. And when I look at this in tourism, its impact in the present context. So what is actually the main emphasis on this particular topic is, so this particular IKS induced Indian tourism gives us a kind of eternal and transformative experience for healthy life. So because the people travel for different reasons, but if someone is traveling to India, so Indian tourism with IKS flavor gives us a kind of uh, experience which is a totally different experience, right? So that actually the experience is for healthy life and harmonious society. So this is a brief explanation about the title of this particular talk, right? So Gangunadi garu, am I clear to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. So in this presentation there are three parts. So three parts, no, we will cover up to 12 or 15, right? We have another 1 hour. So maybe we'll take 12, 20 or something. So 10 minutes or no, we'll leave some time before concluding so that we can have some kind of interaction. The questions and answer session will be there, Ganganayad garu. So we'll try to operate that also, because it is not just only no, completing, from my side. I want to listen from all of you, or even I want to interact with you on this particular topic, right? So if I see
Sure.
this, presentation, the presentation in three, parts. The first part is we'll try to understand fundamentals of IKS, right? The basics of Indian knowledge system. What is the, the base and what is the root cause for IKS? Then second is IKS induced Indian tourism, right? So when you look at the Indian tourism, similarly, if you see tourism in Thailand, tourism in Singapore, tourism in Mauritius, so you can see the flavor of tourism in every country is different. If you just go to no, the Paris or even France, there the tourism is different. So similarly, if you look at the tourism in India as a whole, it has got its own DNA. I can say that it has got its own chemistry. The chemistry or DNA comes from the IKS, Indian knowledge system. How IKS is induced in Indian knowledge, Indian tourism, and then how actually the attractions we just know presenting on the basis of IKS. So that is the second part. So the third part is uh, uh, ethereal experience for healthy lifestyle, right? So we can see that how this particular Indian tourism with IKS is giving a different experience. The experience is something unique, which is not there when you look at the other countries, right? The people, when they are going to various countries for experience as a tourist, but no Indian context, when the tourists are visiting, maybe the domestic tourists or even the foreign tourists, the experience that we are going to gain, because even if the domestic tourism also, the experience of visiting Kashmir, experience of visiting like place like Aurangabad, experience in visiting the place like you can see that Konark temple, or experience in visiting the northeast. So you can see even for the domestic, even for us also, the other part of the the same country, our own country, gives a different experience altogether as far as our the field is concerned. So in case of the foreigners, if they are just visiting India, so India as a whole, the tourism, the destinations, it gives a completely very unique experience for the visitors, and then that is related to healthy lifestyle, and as well as and our the tourism, and ultimately is for developing a kind of the harmonious society, harmonious the rapport relations among the people in the societies. So to that extent, you can see the impact of Indian tourism no, for the tourist, right? So in that context, we are going to discuss the third the part also. So now we look at with this background the three important issues that we are going to discuss in this presentations. So we'll just start one by one. We'll try to understand. So what is it all about? The first of all, we'll see that what is actually the fundamentals of IKS. What is it all about, right? So Ganganaidu ji, so am I with you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
right. So let me look at Indian knowledge system. What is it all about? Because it was not there much, in our discussions or even in our debates or in our conversation. It was not much popular, and the issue was not debated very, very commonly before. But now you can see in the recent past, the people started talking more and more about Indian knowledge system. What is India is all about. Okay, so India has its own knowledge, Indian knowledge, right? So Indian knowledge has its own system in the sense, some kind of subsystems are there, some elements are there. So all these are interrelated, right? So every system has so many subsystems, and in every subsystem there are different types of elements. So all these as a whole, in a very very synchronized manner, they all have interrelationship. So that means here you can see that Indian knowledge system has its own, the base and then its own the background. So in that context, if we just look at the Indian knowledge system, it is, it's all about an ancient and rich collection of the beliefs, the practices, and philosophies that have been passed down from generation to generation in India. Right. So whatever that we are experiencing as Indians, as far as our lifestyle is concerned. So this has come from the last several generations, right? Maybe our belief system, respecting elders, is our belief system, right? We have several practices, right? Whatever that we just use in our day to day activities. So we have our own practices. So everything has got its own Indian way of doing things. Then our own, we have our own the philosophical background. So all these, whatever that belief system, the practices and philosophical, Indian philosophical orientations from the point of the spirituality or maybe religion point of view, or even so conventions, and then we have so many our conventional codes, and then the issues in Indian society. So all these we are passing down from one generation to another generation, and then so we develop our own Indianized the knowledge. So we have our own Indianized knowledge, and then the system is actually creating a kind of vibe and then vibrations for all of us to lead life as an Indian. So with our own Indian lifestyle. So that actually, the issue here. Beliefs, practices, and philosophies, these are all the main issues. Then let me look at what is this IKS and IKS domain. As far as IKS, the domain is concerned, and it has got its own the roots. So maybe you can say that it's completely framework, or even IKS, it's completely background, and it compasses the various fields such as the science. You can see in IKS, the science is there. Even if you look at Mahabharata, even Ramayana, and even in those days, in those epical the stories also, you will feel a kind of scientific orientations. Then the spirituality, then art and literature, and the social the reforms, and all these has played a significant role in shaping Indian society and then culture. So as far as our Indian culture and Indian society as a whole is concerned, and it's got its own science, right? Even if you look at the mathematics, Indian mathematics, like we have our own the style of the calculations and the measurements, and then our the style of scientific temper and scientific orientations. And of course, as far as the spirituality concerned, and the land of India is the place for all types of spiritual the gurus, and the spiritual the text, and then the spiritual literature, and which actually is spreading so much among all of us in one way or other. So we are the part and parcel of the spiritual the vibes. So at the same time, if you look at the art, Indian literature, so the social the reforms, all these are related to no, our the Indian context and Indian society, and then it reflects as a whole the Indian culture. So this is the main the domain in brief as far as IKS is concerned. Then look at the fundamentals of IKS. So further, if you look at the fundamentals lies in the ancient text. So the source of our IKS, the whatever that we are talking in the knowledge system, the source for all these the text and then information and then practices that we are following, and then we are transforming from one generation to another generations. All these the practices and the belief systems, which are all got the roots in the Vedas, which are considered to be the oldest scriptures in the world. Right? We all know that the Vedas and its background. Then Vedas contains a vast amount of knowledge on the subject, ranging from, even if you look at the Veda, in Vedas, you'll find all types of the fields, all types of the knowledge, all types of the sciences are there, the all types of the information and data, which is very much required for an individual to lead life. So those, the range of subjects starting from medicine, astronomy, mathematics, and politics, and to a spirituality, and then philosophy. So all these are part and parcel of this the scripts, the scriptures of Vedas. So if we just know all these things, and we can just create a society where we can feel our own the mechanism. Even if you look at the medicine, Ayurvedic, or even you can see Siddhas. So all these are our Indianized the medicines, and then the treatment for various health issues. So in that way, you can see the fundamentals of IKS. So the main source is the Vedas, and then the scripts, and then in that we have all types of subjects and the domains and knowledge. So which are actually very much useful for all of us. Right? So then let me look at the IKS and Indian way of life. So all these the scriptures, all these knowledge, how actually influencing our life. So if you look at the Indian way of life, or IKS induced or IKS influenced lifestyle. So the vast amount of knowledge of these subjects, whatever the subjects which we have as the old scripts in our Vedas, all these subjects provide insights into the Indian way of life, right? So we develop our mindset. Even if you look at the Indian way of management, Indian way of organizing, so Indian way of handling the things in our society. So our own way of activities. So for example, when I compare with the Japan, the Japanese management and the Japanese philosophy, so Japanese thought process, Japanese belief system is a totally different from Indian systems. So similarly, you can see the West side, so the German system, German belief system, Germans, the orientation towards the time, and then use of time, valuing the time. So because every aspect that decided determined by the Indian way, Indian the style. So we have our own the Indian way of lifestyle. So it is highlighting the importance of the balance, harmony, unity in society. So that is a very unique pattern. So if you look at the balance of life, because if you look at Indians very unique the feature character is the patience, right? So when you compare with other the country people, so we feel that we have a lot of patience, and then concern and empathy towards others. So we are not that much aggressive, or we don't want to invade any of others the premises. And even if at all anyone comes, then we receive, and then we extend hospitality, and we extend complete the support irrespective of their the background. So that is the way we have our own the balance of mind, and we always love and then respect the harmony. And then so we want to just see that there is a unity in the society. So always, if the country like India, though we have several the cultural the traits, and then cultural traits, and then the various the languages, and then the differences, and then so many are there. So though having all these things, but we feel that we are completely united. So when we united, and then we feel that no, this is our the society in this our own no, the premises. So in that context, you can see Indian flavored, Indian the context, Indianized the lifestyle, and then systems. So in that context, if you look at it is a holistic approach towards the life. So all these are interrelated. Say for the humans when they are living, so the humans live in a given circumstances and conditions. So for example, so we know that the people living in a society, people before forming a kind of society for living together. So when the people are just traveling from one place to another place, like as a kind of without any settlement. So at the time you can see that there is no need of any kind of bondage and relations among all of us. So when the people started living in one place and then started just developing some kind of relations, so you can see that there is a formation of individual society, right? And then so there is a human being to nature. So then our physical and then the spirituality. So you can see that individual society and that human being and its interface with the nature, and then the physical system, and then set up the resources which are there around us, and then linking that with the spirituality. So you can see, so the life in India, how we just lead, and then the way of life is a completely holistic the model. The approach of this holistic model is something we are just getting from our Indian knowledge system, and again the sources, our Vedas, and then our the Puranas, and then our epics, and then scripts that we are there in ancient period. So we are actually using all those things, and then directly and indirectly all these are influenced on us, and then we are working on this context. Okay, so this is the Indian. When you say that the Indians are in that context, so they have their own uniqueness and the way of life, which is actually we developed based on our Indian knowledge system. So then, when you look at the Indian knowledge system and its holistic approach, so the further let me look at what is that holistic approach and how the people live with a peace, and then try to progress the further in the given the conditions or given environment. The environment is again with the Indianized the system, which is actually the built based on the Indian knowledge system, right? So. Uh, Dr. Ganju, am I with you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I'm
right,
here
right.
only.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. So here, when you look at this Indian knowledge system and its holistic approach, at how it is actually the holistic approach. So this holistic approach is reflected in various Indian practices, right? So various Indian practices. So even it is the completely resources based the model. So even in India, every place has its own resources. If we just look at the different parts and different regions, every region the soil condition is different, weather condition is different, and then agriculture products are different. Okay, so you can see all these the differences from one place to another place. So the people who are actually living in the given environment, so in the given environment and given conditions and resources, they develop their own the model, and they develop their own lifestyle. So in that, again, if you look at the supporting system that is coming from the Indian knowledge system, they use all these the follow the Indian practices for a better life. So if you look at that that holistic model, so we can see that such model is out of this Ayurvedas, yoga, and then Vastu Shastra, and which focus on the maintaining the balance and then harmony within and within and then with the environment. So you can see that whatever that the knowledge, Ayurvedic knowledge is there. So it is related to healthy life, right? And yoga, of course, it is again unification of mind and body, and then balancing. So then when you look at the Vastu Shastra, it is again related to the science and related to the environment, and then aligning with a kind of the climatic conditions, and then sunlight, or even the kind of environment. So within that, how we develop a kind of harmonious environment, and within the given environment in the broader context, how we are going to work. So all these are as a part and parcel of the whole holistic model, right? So let me just look at another important thing, IKS and then societal practices. So as a whole, when you just come out with individual practices, individual adopted model, individuals, the way they just develop the holistic approach. So that is one part, and then so the impact of this IKS on the individual lifestyle. Okay, so the further if you look at IKS and then societal practices in a broader context. In a broader context, the IKS has deeply influenced the Indian society and then culture, and shaping its values and customs and traditions. So if you just look at the Indian society and its culture, and then the value systems, the values that we have, of course, the values are the changing time to time because of change of the generations, and otherwise also we have our own the belief system as far as values are concerned. And we also follow the certain customs and then the systems and traditions in terms of the dressing pattern, in terms of so using some kind of resources, right, and aligning with the nature, and connecting with the healthy environment, and then following some kind of traditional practices. So all these, it has a kind of fostered a deep sense of the community. So we can see that. So all these kind of practices make us to feel oneness, sense of belongingness, and then we also feel that we have a common sense of a cohesive system in the society. So with these individuals being a part and a larger societal fabric, so you can see that society as a whole developing this kind of the model, and then the fabric, the system in the society. So the society as a whole, we all live together in that kind of model, and then we just adjust and then understand and then the follow the system, and respect the system, and then we adapt the best the practices by just observing and then learning from each other. So we accommodate, and then so all these are the certain the value systems and then customs and then some kind of traditions which are actually molding and then making us to unite and then live together. So this has resulted in a strong emphasis on the family bondage. So you can see for foreigners, the Indian society, Indian family system is a wonder, right? How people are just living together in a family, wife and husband and children, and then affection and attachment and relations, and then continuity of their relations for one generation to another generations, respecting their forefathers, and then even the generations. Even we used to say that the 7 generations we're supposed to remember. So there is impact of 7 generations on the present generation's life, right? And even fortune or even whatever it is. So the present generation, so they are happy and then they are living in a healthy manner because of our ancient and even ancestors, and then our forefathers and their even practice and their belief system also. Sometimes even family wise we have our own the belief system, and in our family we are like this. In our family we are following this kind of practices. So that kind of family bondage is the major outcome of IKS induced societal practices. And then respecting for elders, so we respect elders, and then we have a sense of duty towards the society. So we have the service orientations. Even for example, if someone is there needy, so we are there to help them. Even you can see that when you are going to the temples or even churches, any kind of religious locations, even you can see there are some needy people, and then we try to help them, and we just give some kind of danam. You can say that we are giving some donations for the people, and even whatever the donations or even danam that we are doing in the temples and then religious the locations or the places, you can see there are so many people are actually living based on this kind of the temple resources or even religious places resources. That way you can see that there is a lot of balance because we are donating several things to the temples because of our the belief systems. So by just donating and then giving all these things, and we believe that and we have no we have a kind of balance. Whatever we are earning, we are again spending on others in different routes. So this way you can see that a sense of duty towards the society in different formats because of our belief systems, right? So in that context also we can understand how actually we are completely aligned or interconnected and interdependence because of our belief system that we evolved and acquired from the knowledge system, and we're all living in our Indianized the society, which is actually the outcome or a result of IKS. That is what I want to emphasize by end of this. Right. So further, another important thing in the Indian context, when you look at the Indian knowledge system, it's a spirituality and then religions, right? So we all know that India is the place for many religions, right? It is not for one religion, and it's a place for many religions and place for the birth of many religions also. So that is the way we just look at that may be Hinduism or Buddhism, Jainism, or even the Sikhism, or even the existence of Christianity, and their the presence. So because we respect every religions, and then we give the space for every religion in the Indianized society, the practices. So from that perspective, if you just look at the IKS and then spirituality and religion. So one of the most significant impact of IKS is on the spirituality and the religion. So the larger context, if you just because the people just code of conduct and behavior and realizing the meaning and purpose of life is that comes based on our belief system that we learn and then acquire from our childhood days. So we learn from the ancestors. Our parents are the main source, and through parents we are acquiring all these actually the belief systems and then practices and rituals and even traditions, right? So when we have all these things, so this is again coming from the IKS. So the concept of dharma, which means the righteous or duty, lies at the core of Indian spirituality. So we always say that dharma, and we always say that dharma bandha, and we always the value a kind of the belief system. Somebody says that whenever I'm dealing with others, see that my my impact on others should not affect their stomach, right? Should not affect their earnings, right? So in that way, that means though we like or dislike others, but somewhere we have our own the controlling system on the basis of dharmas, right? We follow certain dharmas. So uh, this kind of feeling and belief, say for example, if I'm doing anything wrong with others, and we believe that some bad thing happens to me, even if it's not me, if I'm just harming somebody, or even someone is at lost because of me, my actions, and that they're not good for my children. So it is a belief system, and out of realizing a kind of feeling of dharma, we follow all these things. So like a kind of ritualness or even the duty, we feel that it's our duty. So whenever we whenever we just whenever we just look at our parents, we feel that our dharmas towards our parents, right? Our responsibilities towards our parents. It's a duty, or even it's a righteous responsibility, righteous duty, because you have to do that. It's a mandatory. So it's our responsibility towards the parents, taking care of the parents, because parents have taken care of us until we stand on our own. So then here, dharma is, since your parents have taken care of you, and parents are the responsible for your brought up, and they they are there as a backbone for your development until this time. And then when they are not able to manage themselves, then what is the dharma? What is the duty? And what is the right action of the children towards the parents? So that is also what we have learned, and this kind of dharma is not there in other countries, right? And simply when because everyone feels that, so my job is over, or even my responsibility is over, up to this only I'll take care of, beyond that I'm not responsible, right? So they disconnect, they don't have any kind of sentiments and emotions and sense of belongingness, and affectionate relations are there. Even we can see that the blood relations means, it has got its own impact on our relations. So in that way, it lies on the core Indian spirituality. So the spiritual no the feel, the touch comes out of this kind of belief system. And at the same time, it emphasizes the importance of living a virtuous life. So we want to live like a like a person without any the problems, right? We believe that karma siddhanta also. So karma siddhanta is, if you are doing something wrong for others, and then again the same thing, whatever that karma you did, and you have to experience the similar way in the future course of time. So it is a way of a kind of living a virtuous life manner and fulfilling one's duties towards oneself, society, and then universe. So you can see that now how the Indian dharma, it is not just only for oneself. So take care of yourself. And sometimes what happens, and even individual level also, we don't take responsibility for ourselves, and we are ignorant, and we are completely negligent about oneself. See, for example, if you are not taking care of your health because of your bad habits, and then your health is going to be affected, right? And what is my duty towards myself? There is a saying always, so you yourself, take care first of all, then before taking care of others. So oneself must be taken care of. So once you take care of yourself, then you can look at the others, that may be your family, and then you can look at your neighbors, you can look at your society where you are living, then you can look at the even universe also. When you look at your responsibility towards the world, the humanity, and it is also an important part. For example, we are not confined to one place in the globalization era. We are moving from one place to another place. Wherever you are going, and see that you have a humane conditions. That means the conditions which are actually supporting for human life. The people supposed to live like a human in the given humane conditions, right? Those conditions supposed to be created. So these are all collectively we all people together and with a kind of dharma following a kind of rituals, the duty, and we are not supposed to spoil the environment, and we should not do any kind of wrong things in the given the point of time. So that is the very important aspect as far as dharma is concerned, right? So, am I with you, Gangu, Dr. Gangu?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So further, let me just look at. So this has led to the development of various religious and then spiritual practices. So this kind of feeling dharma. So actually, support us to develop various religious and then spiritual practices because we have that kind of the practice and the freedom also the Indian context. So such as even if you like a particular religion or even spiritual practices as per your choice, you are free to choose, you are free to practice. That may be Hinduism or even Buddhism, Jainism or Christianity or even Sikhism, and you can say all these things which have shaped the culture and then societal fabrications of the community, our society. So as a whole, you can see that no, our society is largely the Indian society is largely bounded and then the build with the sentiments of the spiritual belief system and religious orientations. We are so religious and God-fearing people, right? And we have a fear towards the God, whatever the God we believe, because we have so many gods. Even if you look at Hinduism, in Hinduism, you can find that n number of gods because Hinduism we believe that it's a way of life, right? And we have so many gods. Even a tree also, a neem tree also kind of a god, right? And even you can see that a small the stone that is there. That is also a kind of God because in the nature, in each and every element, we add the feeling of the God. So in that way, so this kind of orientation is so unique for Indian context. The Indians are taking it that way, and then so they have so many gods, n number of gods, uncountable number of gods. So the God in the sense that when you have a God, so we have a fear. When the God is there, there are some kind of the belief systems and then practices. We follow that, and ultimately the purpose is for kind of the peace, prosperity, and then harmony in the society to live together and progress together. That is the ultimate the purpose of Indian knowledge system induced the spirituality and then religious practices that are there in our society, right? Then let me look at another important thing is IKS and then Indian society at large. So society as a whole, if you just see uh, from the in the broader perspective, it has characterized by its holistic approach, as we mentioned in the beginning, and emphasis on the sustainability and then societal harmony. So at the same time, whatever the practice that we have on the basis of spirituality and religions that we acquired from our Indian knowledge system, it is for sustainability as well as even society harmony. So if you look at our Indian the belief system of saving, right? So Indian belief system of saving. So the concept of saving in India is different from other countries, right? So we save for the future purpose. We save for the future generations. I'm saving for my children. My children are saving for the others. So that means whatever the resources that I have, because my dear the friends, the Indian society, Indian context is the best example for sustainability. We can take the Indian society as a model for sustainability. So, for example, so when we are there as a family, whatever resources are there with us, I don't want to consume or exhaust with my generations. I want to preserve, I want to just save, I want to just transfer for the next generations. So that means I am just using as per my requirement, and even sometimes I am just sacrificing, and then I am just compromising with my life and then saving for the future. So this is the best example to just quote from the Indian context how sustainability, the principles of sustainability we are using in our lifestyle, right? And at the same time, societal harmony as a whole. If you look at the history of India, so we never attacked anyone, and we never. No, we never desired or even felt that let us occupy somebody's no, the premises or even something. So the society as a whole, you can see that we just know peace lovers, and we always believe that the harmony is required, and always we just see that the progress comes out of our peaceful atmosphere. So all these are our belief systems. So to provide all these unique the perspectives for addressing the contemporary societal challenges, so you can see that now what are the challenges that we are facing in the contemporary society. So now can we just look at from the Indian knowledge systems. So when you look at the tourism is a product or a service, and which actually we are consuming and we are experiencing that. So what is the benefit? So what are the societal challenges and contemporary issues that are there in front of us? Right. So there are certain issues in the present context. If you look at the society, say before internet and society after internet, society in the internet era, we have a different challenges mainly related to the technology, right? And because of this technology, so you can see the change and impact on the value systems and belief systems. And so ultimately, what happens at the end of the day? So what is we are gaining out of having all these things? So what kind of challenges that we are facing, or problems, social problems we are facing because of several issues and the development that are taking place in the name of technology, whatever it is. So when we have all these around us, and then changes that are happening, and societal contemporary social changes are in front of us. So how this IKS and Indian the knowledge system is going to, wherever we neglect or wherever we ignored, wherever we are not practicing our the Indianized the belief system and then practices which actually meant for the harmony and then sustainability. So if you say that there is a problem of sustainability, and if you say that there is a law and order problem, there is a problem of lack of harmony, there is some kind of the problem of insurgency or even some kind of extremism. So why all these social issues and social challenges are there? Somewhere we all collectively are not able to the follow and observe our Indian knowledge system, and then its impact. It's we are not able to do that. There is some dilution in all these things. If you follow that, we live in a harmonious system, and there will not be any problems in our society. So if such kind of problems, if at all anything, then how we are going to address this through IKS is one aspect. Another aspect from the tourism point of view, when you look at the tourism, and the tourism again a kind of a commodity and a kind of commercial product. So now the tourism is a commercial product. So if someone is using the commercial product, and which is actually built based on the Indian knowledge system, how and this kind of system is going to give the experience for the for the users, the tourists, and that is one thing. And first of all, in the second part, we try to look at how this IKS, Indian knowledge system, since our society is built based on the IKS, how actually this system is aligned and induced Indian tourism, and then IKS, how these two are interlinked and aligned. That we will see in the second part, right? So, Dr. Gangu, am I with you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The first part is, it is something exclusively to understand IKS, individual level, society level, and then its impact on our lifestyle, right? So how the society is formed based on the IKS. So that part we discussed in the first part, and second part is IKS induced the tourism. So when you look at the tourism in India, the main component and main attraction and main ingredient for tourism is the spiritual and then philosophical tourism, right? Spiritual tourism or religious tourism and philosophical touch of the tourism. And it is related to pilgrimage to sacred places like Varanasi, Rishikesh, Tirupati, Bodh Gaya, and Amritsar, Golden Temple, and then visit to monasteries and ashrams, and then meditation retreats offering spiritual wisdom and exploration of Vedanta, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sufi tradition. So you can see that it is a very unique attraction and unique experience for others, right? And people visit Bodh Gaya to feel Gautama Buddha's birthplace, or even the place where Buddhism is actually taken roots. And then we visit, Rishikesh or Varanasi for a different experience. And even we all know that the Varanasi is another the holy place and even spiritual, the holy place. And people just visit that place with a unique, the belief systems. It is not only for Indians and even the foreigners also. Now, if you look at in India, so India they look at from the spiritual and the philosophical perspective, and then so exploration of all these places and Vedantas and then Buddhism, Jainism, and then Sufi traditions. So we look at this as a major unique attraction as far as India is concerned for tourists, maybe domestic as well as even foreigners also, especially foreigners, they visit. If you just go to Bodh Gaya, you'll find many the tourists from Eastern countries, right? So you can see tourists from Japan, and you can see large number of tourists from China. Even you can see large number from Thailand, because wherever the Buddhism is, even a large number you can find Sri Lanka. So people will come and then feel that it's a holy place. So in that way, you can see India from the tourism point of view. So as far as spirituality and philosophical point of view, this is the main place. And at the same time, you can see there are many spiritual gurus, starting from Sadguru and Sai Baba, even Satya Sai Baba, HD Sai Baba. So you can see all these, the Babas and then religious gurus, and they have their own following. If you just go to, recently I just had been to Sadguru, the location Coimbatore. And before I was in Bangalore and then visited Sri Ravi Shankar ashram. So where you can see a large number of the foreigners, they come and then the feel and then experience the Indianized, the belief systems, Indianized the spiritual practices. And you can see sometimes, Sadhguru in Coimbatore, the foreigners, and they are very, 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 very large number. They just come and then follow and then practice. So that means, so the spirituality and philosophical touch of the tourism in India, because of all these gurus, all these, religious, leaders, and then our belief system of various religious places, spiritual places, Varanasi, Rishikesh, and Tirupati, and Bodh Gaya. So people just go to different locations because of the spiritual, the belief systems. So that is the one major attraction, and I would like to take that as a one important issue as far as IKS and then tourism is concerned. The second important thing is yoga and then wellness tourism, right? So yoga retreat, Rishikesh and then Mysore and then Kerala. You can see there are hubs in India, and Ayurveda treatment in Kerala, Goa, and then Uttarakhand is another locations, and Siddhas and Unani and then naturopathy centers attracting the global health conscious travelers. So as far as yoga and then wellness tourism is concerned, it is another the major IKS induced tourism. The people visit India because of yoga, because of Ayurveda, because of no, Siddhas or Unani, because naturopathy. The people will come here because of this is a kind of attraction, and this attraction has actually no, the root cause for these yoga and the wellness is again our no, Indian knowledge systems. Then the third important thing is art, music, and then dance. The form of tourism. So you can see Bharatanatyam in Tamil Nadu, Kathak in Uttar Pradesh, Odisha in Kathakali in Kerala. The music festivals like Saptak like in Ahmedabad and Dover Lane in Kolkata. So if you just go to each and every part, like a craft villages like Raghurazpur, Odisha, then in Shilpa Gram like Rajasthan. So you can see there are so many the places. Just I mentioned very few here, and there are so many places in India reflecting Indian art, Indian music, Indian dance. So even people when they are going to Rajasthan, so Rajasthani style, when people are dance. People are going to Gujarat, Dandiya. When people are going to Northeast in Assam and Bihu dance, right? If you just go to South India, you'll find Bharatanatyam, and even you can see Kathakali, so you can see there are different forms of the dances, and then they have got its own roots again with the Indian knowledge system. So these are all very attractive. Even whenever any kind of program or any event happens, and we just perform our cultural the driven the cultural programs or the dance or whatever it is. So based on our Indian knowledge system, that is also a kind of major component for the Indian tourism, and which actually induced again from the IKS. Then Indian knowledge-based heritage tourism. When you look at the heritage that we have in India, starting from visit to ancient universities like Nalanda, Takshashila sites, right? And then observations like Jantar Mantar, Jaipur, Delhi, Ujjain, and museums showcasing the traditional science like astronomy, metallurgy, and then mathematics, Indian style of mathematics. And then, so all these are the knowledge-based heritages. And besides that, Indian heritage, you can see that uh, again, we have our own heritage based on our the provinces, starting from various the states. If you look at Tamil Nadu is a state for the temples, the state of temples. So if you just go to any temple, ancient temples, several centuries back, even 11th centuries or even 7th centuries, 3rd centuries. So at the time, some of the temples were built. Even today, also you can feel the sculpture, and then the values of this the scripts that are there in the temples. So in that way, you can see the knowledge-based heritage tourism is another major IKS based the tourism attraction in India, right? So like that, there are n number of knowledge-based heritage tourism, and even if you look at various locations, the every location has its own heritage. Every building has its own heritage, and even the several provinces and kingdoms, every king has their own heritage, even starting from the Cholas, Mughals, and then even you can say the Gupta's dynasty. So in every dynasty, they have their own the heritage uniqueness, and then still we have so those with us, and then we can just protect them, preserve them, and then because they're all ancient knowledges, so we are just preserving for the presentation of the future generations. So in that context, you can see all these are very IKS enabled, IKS based heritage tourism attractions in India. Then we look at the another important thing, ecological and then agricultural tourism. So when you look at the ecological and then agricultural tourism, um, because our again tradition, our the practices, the Indian knowledge-based practices, largely aligned with the natures, right? So we live with the nature, and we believe that the human as a living thing also is a part of nature, right? So we're also part of nature. We are also the function with the principles of the natures. So when we align with the nature, and then you can see that our agriculture systems, right? So in agriculture system, the crops that we are growing, and the style of the cultivations and instruments and tools that we are using in the cultivations, all these are indigenous, and we have our own roots for our ancient several generations back. So we are following all these things, right? So with the traditional farming and then organic the practices that we have, because whatever that we do, that somewhere irrespective of our formal educations, we have our own knowledge system that we are learning from the childhood days, and we know what to eat and what not to eat. Even if the person without any education attaining the age of 100 years, so you can see that lifestyle, right? Lifestyle of a person who is living more than 100 without any education in a small village, right? If you just go to Kerala, if you go to some of the states where you can see that the people are living beyond 100, and then their lifestyle, and then their belief system and alignment of their life with the nature in terms of growing the nature and then taking care of the nature and then using the natural resources for their life and livelihood. So you can see all these are interrelated. So in that way, you can see that ecotourism in Indian context and agri-tourism or even the farm tourism is another important attractions in Indian context. And then, so again, the Indianized or IKS based ecological the belief system and agriculture practices also attractions for Indian tourism, right? So the sacred the growers river based the traditions. Like even if you look at the ecotourism linked with IKS, and then most of the temples and even the rivers also, wherever there are rivers, and we just offer puja for rivers, right? And then even Ganga, the Ganga is we call it the holy Ganga, right? And even Krishna, even Godavari, or even any kind of rivers that those are flowing, and then we believe that because of the river and we have a water, because of water we have food grains, because of food grains, no, we are living and we are surviving. So you can see that how our belief system works. If the river is not there, nothing, we can't survive it. So the river is a kind of God for us, right? God is for us. So in that way, you can see that how we just align ourselves with the natures. And again, we can see that we just pray so many trees, right? No, we just give some kind of we offer puja for the different types of the trees, maybe if you look at the neem tree or if you look at some other, the trees. So we believe that, so the trees have its own impact on our health and our, the religious practices. So in that way also you can see that, so Indianized the belief system, the knowledge that is there related to ecology, environment, and then, it is related to ecotourism and even agricultural practices and agricultural the farming mechanism and system and our belief system in protecting the land and then growing the nature and even taking care of the cattles and growing the cattles and then cattle's existence and taking care of the cattles, and even sometimes we offer the puja for the cattles also. So because if the cattle is there means we have a milk. So milk is an important the food ingredient for all of us. So in that way we can see the alignment of this particular attraction from the tourism point of view, which we have gained from the Indian knowledge systems. So that is the another important part, right? So Dr. Gangu, am I with you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. So the another important point that I want to refer, our Indian knowledge system and then food habits and food patterns. So it is under the culinary tourism. So if you look at the culinary tourism and exploration of regional cuisines based on the Ayurvedic dietetics. So you can see that, so our healthy practices, Ayurvedic related or even some types of nature's based. Now we talk about the nature oriented. So we talk about the green medicines. So that means whatever the disease that you have, if you just follow certain kind of the food patterns. So for example, if you take the meal in South India, so there are several items. If you see that the meals in Maharashtra in Marathi, different feelings are there. So when you look at the all these food patterns and the number of items that we are keeping in the plate, so everything has got some kind of medicinal value and everything has got related to the healthy practices and digestive systems. And even the spices that we are using in India, India is again the famous for the spices. So we just use the spices in our food preparations. So when we are using the spices, and for every spice that we are adding with a combination of a vegetable or any kind of non-veg items, so there is a reason behind that, right? So maybe related to the digestion and maybe related to its actually combination, which is actually fitting or even matching with the human body, right? So in that way, the temple visits like a Mahaprasad of Puri and langar at the Golden Temple, sattvic food at Vrindavanam. So you can see there are many actually the culinary aspects Indianized. So the food pattern is an attraction for the foreigners and as well as even the people who are actually going from South India to the Punjab, even visiting Golden Temple. So they're having a kind of langar is another. People feel that no, they are gaining some kind of punyam, and good things happens because of they have taken prasadam, right? Even if you are going to Tirupati, if you have no Anna Prasadam, and you feel that you are so fortunate and good things happens to you because of this kind of the prasadam that you are eating. So whatever the normal food, even at home also when you are eating, so all the items related to, let me explain about the South Indian food. So there you will find the chutneys and then fries and then curries, and then you can see, buttermilk or even curd or even sambar, even rasam. So why we eat all these things? Because all these have its own combinations to give a kind of required the healthy food for your body, right? So healthy food for your body. So when you have a healthy food for your body, you can see that many things that are happening as far as the food is concerned. So in that way, you can see that the culinary, the tourism is another important Indian context, is important for creating kind of tour packages, and then so the Indianized Indian knowledge system based the culinary and then food also one of the important part of Indian tourism, right? So then now let us look at the role of IKS in promoting sustainable tourism. These days we have been talking about sustainable tourism. So the tourism that we are promoting supposed to be sustainable, because so tourism promotion has its own limits. If you promote a tourism beyond its the boundaries, so that will give the negative result, right? So it affects the the society, right? It affects the individuals also. So to protect that, and then we have to maintain the sustainability. How the sustainability is coming in tourism through IKS is encouraging the responsible travel, aligning with the local ecology and then traditions, right? So encourage the responsibility of the travels, responsibility of the travelers, and then align with the local ecology and then tradition. So you have to just look at the you have to look at the ecological system, and then you have to see that how we just believe our trees and giving the shade to us, giving fruit to us. And if you just take this leaf, and it is good for your health. If you take this neem stick, is a good for your dental related. So because of all these beliefs, and we are going to nurture the nature, right? And then when the nature is there, the ecology system and environmental system, there is a balance. Ecosystem is the balance. So in that way, you can see that the sustainability is actually, no, we feel that it is a part of our no, the belief system that we learned from the IKS. And reverse indigenous practices and handicrafts, and then village-based the tourism, and then the provides the holistic experience, the body, mind, and then spiritual instead of only leisure. So we can see that the leisure has its own, the positive, negative impact. And when you look at the holistic experience, that we are going to create in Indianized the tourism attractions and packages, which are all based on the Indian knowledge system, you can see that the experience is something different and unique that actually I mentioned in the beginning itself. So the experience of the tourist in Indian context by consuming the Indian attractions. Indian attractions are nothing but IKS induced tourism packages. So those things you can see how they are aligned to each other, and that is very important. And then everywhere you can see the involvement of our belief system towards resources consumption, resources resources sustainability, and resources transforming to the next generations. So that way you can see sustainability is again is a part of IKS. If you just believe strongly IKS and practice IKS in tourism, then sustainability is a kind of automatic outcome in the tourism industry. Right. So as a whole, now look at the synergy between the IKS and then tourism as a whole. That if you look at, so you can see that the tourism and IKS is completely related to spiritual tourism, wellness tourism, eco and then sustainable tourism, and educational tourism also, because the people will come here to learn many things like traditions, and then even family system, Gurukula system, and even Sanskrit texts and science of Indianized science also. And these days, even people are just coming here to experience the wedding also, the Hindu culture based the wedding rituals. So why people want to learn something out of it? There is knowledge behind it, right? So it is also a kind of a different educational tour as far as no, this particular attraction is concerned. And now, if you look at Tirupati is now the people are promoting. Recently, I read one article. So the Tirupati is now is promoted as the global wedding destinations as far as my tourism is concerned, because there is a strong emotional and sentimental attachment to the Tirupati. If you get a marry in Tirupati, so in the entire life you will have a good fortune, right? So good things happens in your life, and there is a strong bondage between you and then your spouse, because you got married in the holy place like a Tirupati. So in that way, you can see how the tourism is aligned with the Indian knowledge system, right? So with that, let me look at the contemporary developments. So what are the recent developments that are happening as far as IKS and then Indian tourism is concerned? UNESCO recognized yoga and then Kumbh Mela as a intangible cultural heritages. So you can see that Kumbh Mela, especially how many the crores of people are attending that particular event. So that has now become a kind of intangible heritage resource. That is the UNESCO's recognitions. And then government's Incredible India 2.0 campaign highlighting the wellness and then heritage. So as far as wellness is concerned, India, if someone comes from abroad or even someone takes the wellness, the treatment based on the IKS model, so you can see now that is going to become another big area which we can just experience, right? So integration of IKS in the higher education, like through NEP 2020, creating the trained guides and then scholars. So you can see now these days IKS is aligning with the NEP 2020, even that aspect also, because whatever education that is coming now these days, we feel that our graduates are not graduates, our post graduates are not post graduates, because they have a degrees but behavior is not there. So why? What is the reason? Right? And they have a degree, they have a grades, and they have divisions like a distinctions. But if you look at the person, the behavior, and then exposition in terms of code of conduct, which is actually missing. So that means somewhere our education system is not in the right path. So that's why the NEP 2020 is now again taking the base of IKS. Right? Raise digital tourism is another virtual tours of temples, museums, and yoga classes. So even the government of India has taken several measures, especially the Department of Tourism has taken some measures to digitalize all the destinations, tourism destinations, so that the people easily access the information and experience the destinations virtually, or even by just using various apps, like starting from Red Port in Delhi, and then different locations. And then, so you can see the digitalization is another new thing that is coming. And these are all the new development that are taking place as far as the alignment of IKS and then Indianized the tourism, right? So with that, let me just now move to the third part. Is another important and end result of the entire activity. So Dr. Gangu, am I with you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. So it's the last part. I will take another 10, 15, 10 minutes. So then we'll just open for discussions. So then when you look at this IKS, its background and its society built based on IKS in India, and then look at the alignment and connection between the IKS and then Indianized the tourism attractions, right? And its ultimate the result outcome, or even what is the benefit of this, that we'll discuss in the third part. Eternal and transformative experience for healthy life and harmonious society. Ultimately, what is required for human healthy life? We are not no we are not interested to suffer, right, with ill health. So we prefer and we wish, and we supposed to have peace around us, without any tension, without any difficulties, like a land order. So all these things, a kind of experience in Indian context, right? So we can experience all these when once we just have the Indianized, Indianized or Indian, the tourism with IKS induced. So we'll give this kind of experience. What is that experience? Eternal and then transformative experience for this benefit, lifestyle, and then harmony society. We just look at in this part. So IKS and then eternal and then transformative experience actually also teaches that the true health goes beyond the body, right? So true health is goes beyond the body. So sometimes what happens, your body physically very strong and well built and the six packs, but the person is got no heart attack. And like you can see, there are so many celebrities, right, when they are in the gym with a healthy body, and then the physique is so strong, and then they practice every day. But you can see the all of a sudden collapse, and then no, the died. So why? What is the reason for that? Now you can see that there is some kind of imbalance in our the system, the human system. So that is the mind, the spirit, and then surrounded environment. That means physics, mind, and then the spirit and the environment. We need to align all these things, right? We need to align all these things. If you want to align your mind, body, the spirit that is there, and with the surrounded environment where you are living. So if you just able to align this one, then you are healthy. So that is possible that you can learn and experience in India. So this is what I why I named this eternal. Eternal word I used because this experience you will not find in any other countries. Right? Am I with you, Ganguji? So the point is, so we never forget. We never forget, and then it's a lifetime a kind of experience for every individual. Dr. Gangu?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah, okay, right. Because I want to ensure once again. So the eternal and then transformative dimensions here means connecting to the life's deeper harmony, right? Connecting, life with a deeper harmony. So that means, once you are peaceful with you, because having peace, not having peace depends on you only. That means I want to be happy and I want to be a peaceful. So that is possible within me only, right? I just got disturbed. I feel so much tensed and stressful because the imbalance between me and then surrounded environment. So surrounded environment is with so many, the factors, and those factors are working. Um, uh, 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 Maybe favor or unfavor also. So if certain things surrounded environment is working against you, then you will have a tension, and then you will have fear, you have stress, all those things are there. So whatever it is, if you want to just keep yourself and with a good experience of Indian the system, if any foreigner is visiting India, if they want to experience the life deeper harmony, so then they can experience our the Indianized the system, Indianized attractions, the tourism attractions. So that is the way you can see that. So the IKS and eternal and transformative experience are closely related to each other. Okay, now let me look at how this happens, how we can just ensure this eternal and transformative experience for tourists if they just come India and experience Indianized tourism packages, right? One important area is already we discussed earlier, and yoga and meditation, right? These two important things are. So these two are balance body, mind, spirit, and reduce the stress and then bring clarity, right? So if you have a clarity, so you will have a power with you, right? You are powerful as an individual. You are powerful when you have a clarity. So you are powerless, and when you have a confusions. When there is a confusion, there is a no there is a problem of no lack of even the confidence also, right? Clarity gives you confidence, right? And confusion gives you lack of ability and stability. So that means the clarity comes about oneself, one's own conditions, one's own existence. Once you have the balance between the body, mind, and the spirit, right? And which ultimately reduces your stress and tensions, and then you can make yourself free because you are a kind of eternal the spirit, and you can live on your own by just even breathing the surrounded air, right? That is what actually rishis and those siddhas we call. So they lived even in the forest without taking food. How it is possible, right? The meditation, the yoga, and then they can control their body, they control their breath. So in that way, you can see that so yoga and meditation is one important thing for that eternal experience, and then transform it to this one. So let me just give you here one important thing: the yoga, worth of yoga. Yoga is again, it's a major the market value. It has got it's a huge because now the yoga and meditation is an internationalized, right? And it has got its major issue, and then it's worth of 243.45 billion dollars by 2033. So that is the range. Meditation also has its own, and its growth rate is 17.9% annually. So yoga, meditation, and then wellness tourism. If you look at that, the reports projects that yoga plus meditation, the market, services, and products all together, US dollars 7.88 the billions in 2025, and raising to US dollar 27.95 billions by 2035, with CARGC around 13%. Like cumulative annual growth rate is 13.5%. That is the impact of our Indianized yoga and meditation for the rest of the world. So then another one is Ayurveda. Ayurveda, again, personalized diet, detox therapies, and herbal remedies, and sustained virtuality. So you can see that Ayurveda and its impact. And when you look at this worth of this Ayurveda, so again, Ayurveda business as a whole, you can cover the herbal and medical products and personal care and the wellness and spa and treatment, and then wherever. So India is again the better place and then better attractive place as far as the forecast of market is concerned by 2030, US dollar 70.91 billions, right? And cumulative annual growth rate is 27.2% from 2024 to 30. So all these the numbers and then even predictions also shows that how the Indian knowledge system is now spreading across the globe, right? How the people are actually looking for Indian tourism, Indianized tourism, which is induced by the IKS and its potential for the future, right? Then look at the art and culture. So again, the classical dance, Bharatanatyam, Kathak, or even the temple architecture and then folk traditions offers transaction. It's a unique experience again. So this experience you will not find anywhere. So it is only exclusively for India. So where you can see that worth of this art and culture again. So we can't measure this like how I measure this the worth yoga, meditation, or even this art other things. But here you can't. Ayurveda also you can measure. So in terms of transactions. But as far as the worth of this art and culture, it is very difficult. Cultural civilization, which is 5,000 years old, it's very difficult to measure. But it is that is like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Veda, Upanishads. So all these are our the major attractions, and then will give a completely eternal experience, right? And the global recognition for this, you can see that the 42 UNESCO World Heritage sites are there as far as 2025 is concerned. And then Taj Mahal and Khajuraho, then Hampi, Ajanta, Ellora, the caves, all these are very, unique experience. And people, because people may not be knowing all these things, once they come here, their experience is totally different. So if you want to explain this in economic terms, it is worth, no, worth is very difficult. So you can't just, measure it, and uncountable the value. Our Indian culture and art gives you uncountable value, and it's a unique experience for everybody. Okay. Then it's a philosophical, spiritual influence. Again, you can see that Vaishnavika Kutumbam concept of peace, harmony, and holistic living, like Vaishnavika Kutumbam, we feel that the entire world is one family. So who has that kind of broader thinking and then the mindset? So only India, you can see this kind of unique experience. People can feel here what is the helping nature. So people help each other, right? If someone is there on the road needy, the people will come and then help so much, right? And then nature linked the wisdom. Again, you can see that Prakriti and then eco tourism related. And then this is another unique experience in India, because we have our own wellness centers. And these wellness centers, again, environmental sustainability related. Devarasi, even philosophical depth, like Pancha Mahabhuts, like five elements, like earth, water, and then fire and air. So all these are the part of nature. And the global acceptance also is there for the yoga. 21st July. June is the International Day of Yoga, and Ayurveda products and ecotourism, like a multi-millionaire dollars industry, and Indian models, like organic farming and rickshaw Ayurveda, like a plant science, and then traditional water management. So all these are the various nature-linked unique experiences, right? And when you look at all these things at the end, in conclusion, you can say that the eternal and transformative experience for the healthy life of an individual and for society, for a harmonious relations among all of us. You can see that the tourism from the channels of yoga and meditation, like wellness tourism and Ayurveda related to medical tourism, and even you can see that health tourism are rituals and then practices which we are following, like a spiritual tourism, living with the nature, like a ecotourism, and festivals, and then the community, the bondage, like a Diwali, Holi, and then Pongal. So all these the festivals, and then like a mice events and all these things. When you put all these things as an experience for the tourist, it gives a completely eternal and transformative experience for tourists who are actually coming to India, which is actually based on the Indian knowledge system, right? So with that, let me just complete the presentation, and I hope that I'm a little bit fast, and then like moving a very quick manner. So since the time is less, I wanted to complete the presentation in time, and still we have 2 minutes to interact, right? So Dr. Gangu,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So any questions? My part is over.
Yes, sir.
So hope
Sir,
I am clear.
actually, yeah, this lecture was very good, sir. Wonderful. Sir, yesterday, 2 days ago, one resource person, he said that IKS, which is not related to any Hindu or any religion.
Yeah.
So, what do you say? Because
It's a
now,
knowledge system. It's a
uh,
IKS name itself, Indian knowledge system. So say
yes,
for
sir.
example, medicinal plants.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Offering a puja for the various the plants like a neem tree,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
And then no, it's like a belief system. So we
Yes,
just that Indianized Hinduism also. It's not, people say that it's not a religion. I'm not that much expert comment on
yes, sir.
this, but what I
Yes,
learned, Hinduism is a way of life. The way of
yes,
life is aligned with the nature. So
yes, sir.
how to do all these things? This knowledge, Indian knowledge, we learned from the ancestors, from one generation to other generations. We learned
Yes,
this
sir.
from our parents and then our grandparents. So the knowledge
Yes, sir.
is coming like it's a knowledge only. Right? It's not
Yes, sir.
any kind of maybe something related to the spirituality. Spirituality again different from the religion. Religion means a kind of a belief system. There is some kind of rituals and traditions are there. No,
Yes,
the
sir.
purpose of religion is different. But as far as the spirituality and then the Indian way of life is concerned, it is something about well-being, about the prosperous, about the
Yes, sir.
progress, about harmony, and about for a different experience. So when you
Yes,
look
sir.
at
Yes,
the
sir.
same thing from the tourism point of view, you can take
Yes, sir.
all these things in the tourism and give a different experience to the tourist, whoever is visiting India, especially foreigners, and they'll have a different experience. This experience, the foreigners will not get anywhere. That is my point.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Nice answer.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Okay, thank you so
Yeah.
much, Professor Dr. Venkat Rao, for coming to this refresher course and acknowledging the participants with your expertise. Now I request Dr. Gangu to please give vote of thanks.
Yeah. Very good afternoon, one and all. On behalf of our esteemed university and coordinator, as well as participants, I would like to thank to today's resource person. Sir, thank you so much. You accepted our request and you came here and you have given wonderful lecture. You spoken about Indian knowledge system and from the origin, like from starting, and you connected with all the points. And especially like you can say how there's a religion matter, like how people they have taken, like what you have taken examples like which is related to spiritual as well as religion, as well as what farmers as well as the elders they started and how it helping to the next generation. You have taken wonderful like examples, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And your lecture is it is excellent as well as thought provoking session it is. Thank you on behalf of all the participants. Once again I tell you, sir, thank you so much. And Madhuri ma'am, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gangu. So your audio is off, sir, Professor Venkat Rao.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all. And I wish you all the best and God bless you. Madam, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Can
you,
I
sir.
leave? Can I leave the room?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please,
Yeah,
please.
right. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. I'll just check whether our next resource person has come. Participants, you all can still see the slides.
Yes, ma'am.
Gaurav, sir. गौरव सर ते हे करा ना, स्लाइडचं काय करताय? हा, गेलं गेलं. एनिवेज, I'll check with the next resource person. Just a moment. He's from Department of Education. Next resource person. His name is Professor Dr. Suhas Pathak. If you all can just see him, you all will just let me know. He's joining, so just hold on. Uh, Gaurav sir? Gaurav sir?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
आपल्याला 28च दिसतंय participants.
ठीक आहे, चेक करतो
I
मी.
think they are having problem in connectivity.
टू या थ्री पार्टीज में only. Correct.
Okay, okay. गौरव सर, सुहास सर दिसताय का फोरम मध्ये?
नाही मॅम.
Participants, the professor will join soon. Just hold on. He's having some technical issues.
Yes, sir.
Pathak sir, Dr. Pathak,
नाही मॅम
सर
सरांचं
तुम्हाला आवाज येतोय?
नाही मॅम जॉईन झाले ते पण त्यांचं माईक आणखी नाही आलं मॅम फक्त व्हिडिओज
हाँ,
ते
जी 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 मैम।
हा सर. सर आपण सुरू
मॅडम
करायचं
पाठक
का?
सर नाही आणखी आले
मला दिसतंय SS पाठक
नाही
म्हणून.
नाव आहे मॅम पण त्याचं माईक अनम्यूट नाही सरांचं आणखी माईक चालू नाही आहे त्याचं फक्त ते डिस्प्ले फक्त व्हिडिओ दिसते सर जॉईन होत आहे बरोबर
ओके, ठीक आहे.
हॅलो पाठक सर
गौरव
आवाज
सर,
येतोय येस सर
हा येतोय सर. सर नमस्कार सर.
नमस्ते मैडम, नमस्कार।
हाँ, we can, shall we start, sir?
यस मैम।
Yes. Participants, please go for this introduction of Pathak, sir.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Myself, Dr. Tarkeshwar, Assistant Professor in Department of Journalism and Mass Communication at Central Tribal University of Andhra Pradesh, Vijayanagaram, sir. It gives me immense pleasure. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, sir, yes।
Yes, sir. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Dr. Suhas Pathak. He is Senior Assistant Professor in the Department of Education at Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Shivaji Sambhaji Nagar. He currently serves as the head of the Department of Yoga Shastra, chairman of the Board of Education Psychology, and is also a member of the Research and Recognition Committee. With over 2 decades of post-graduation teaching experience, Dr. Pathak has established himself as a distinguished academician specializing in educational psychology, research methodology, yoga education, and teacher education. He has made significant scholarly contributions, publishing more than 72 research articles in reputed national and international journals, authoring 7 books, and securing 2 copyrights. An accomplished researcher, Dr. Pathak has successfully completed 8 major and minor research projects and is presently leading a project on creating awareness among teachers and parents about NEP 2020 on the basis of brain-based learning. His academic mentorship is equally notable, having guided 38 MPhil and 12 PhD scholars to successful completion of their research. He has delivered more than 70 invited lectures across various institutions, presented 29 papers at national and international seminars, and participated in over 30 academic workshops. Recognizing his expertise, the University Grants Commission has selected him as a resource person for the implementation of NEP 2020. With his rich teaching, research, and administrative experience, coupled with his active role in advancing educational practices, Dr. Suhas Pathak brings invaluable insights that will greatly benefit the participants of this refresher course. Sir, time is yours, sir. You can start, sir.
थैंक यू सर। हाँ, मेरी आवाज आ रही है सर आपको?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
यस। ओके। Okay, good afternoon all. Respected coordinator Dr. Sawan ma'am and all respected teachers who are participating in this important course, that is Indian knowledge system and education. First of all, we congratulate to all. You are interested to learn what is Indian knowledge system. तो आप सब लोगों को इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम के बारे में बहुत सारे लेक्चर्स मेरे पहले भी हुए हैं, इसलिए कुछ कुछ रिपीटेशंस इसमें जो है उसको मैंने जानबूझ के विड्रॉ किया है, और वो कंटेंट आपके सामने मैं रखना चाहता हूं कि जो रिपीटेशन करके आपको बोरिंग ना करे. तो first we interacts with all participants. What is the your understanding about Indian knowledge system? So I request to all participants to open your cameras and interact. This is not one-way traffic, please. There are 30 participants.
Yeah, roll number 43, we cannot, you are mute.
Sir, IKS
Yeah.
refers rich heritage knowledge in India.
Research knowledge in India.
Rich heritage knowledge in India.
Heritage, okay.
Yes, sir.
Any more?
It is the philosophy, the values, the belief systems upheld by the Indian traditions, which is being passed down.
Okay.
Sir, it is about the sustainable practices, sustainable system in India.
Okay, good. We required more because we all are 31 people here.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
IKS means to connect the ancient wisdom and modern education and research, ensuring preserving everything that is in culture, knowledge, and which is related to old traditional, and we must be connected with new ones, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Please.
As per my opinion, Indian knowledge system is the amalgamation of the science, medicine, yoga, literature, philosophy, mathematics, and the so many things are there.
Okay.
Which was in a past.
Okay. You all people know the meaning of Indian education system. That is IKS as per the NEP 2020. So we are not repeated this concept here again and again. What is the IKS? So we directly go on second slide. That is the most important. Madam, give me the topic to discuss with all participants. That is education and IKS, Indian education system and IKS. This is the today's my topic. मैडम नेट को छोड़ो इधर. आप सब लोगों को मेरी पीपीटी दिख रही है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. There are four important concepts about the education here. That the first is learning, second is teaching, teacher, and education. So we all are very lucky because we all are teacher here and we learn or we discuss, we interact on the IKS. What is meaning of learning? We all are teacher. That's why we can. This is our noble profession to learn many students. So, what is the meaning of learning?
It is the process of gaining knowledge, skills, attitude by the student with the help of a mentor or a guru.
Okay. Mentor or
Mentor or teacher or the guru.
I request to all participants interact with me from different points and your views and approaches about the education. I want to know what is your concept about this particular thing.
Sir, also learning is a continuous process.
Okay.
So learning, learning is acquiring knowledge which we don't know.
Okay. Here we take the small meaning of learning, that is a change in behavior. Means learning here. अपने जो छात्र है उनके वर्तन में बदल लाने के लिए जिसका हम इस्तेमाल करते हैं दैट इज लर्निंग. तो लर्निंग मीन्स चेंज इन बिहेवियर. तो व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ टीचर? कैन वी डिस्कस विथ मी व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ टीचर? ओके. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ
Teachers act
टीचिंग?
as a mentor.
Okay, okay. Yes, sir. Thank you. What is the meaning of teaching here? हम सब लोग टीचर है इसलिए हम इसके बारे में बहुत अच्छी तरह से बात कर सकते हैं. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ टीचिंग? टीचिंग करने यानी एग्जैक्टली क्या करना अपेक्षित है?
Teacher is like a catalyst.
हमें समझ में आ जाएगा कि
Hello.
हमारे जो
Uh,
पुराने
I
गुरु
talking
परंपरा
from
से
the previous
लेके
thing. Teacher is like a catalyst to facilitate the student for gaining a knowledge, skills, or anything.
yes, that is the role of teacher. But what is the meaning of
Yes.
teaching?
So to facilitate
Teaching
imparting
is a
knowledge.
different type of the teaching is the arts or skill.
So
Yes,
teaching
correct.
means to
Teaching
facilitate
is
imparting knowledge.
टीचिंग मीन्स
demonstrating the knowledge by
Teaching means motivate the student for learning. That is the simple meaning of teaching. Or help for learning. That is the meaning of teaching. We are going in the
छात्रों
class
को
not for
अध्यापन के लिए प्रवृत्त
completing the
करना,
syllabus, but yes, yes,
छात्रों को अध्यापन के लिए प्रेरित करना, इसका मतलब है
हाँ
टीचिंग.
बराबर है वही उसका भाषा अंदर है बराबर है. And then last is education. Learning, teaching and teacher is working together for education. जो जिसके बारे में आज हमें डिस्कस करना है, that is the main concept of today's topic, that is education. The education is not for the making only the students to educate and degree holder, but education is for mental peace, values, good habits. So we are going to here, according to student view, what is the relation between education and understanding? Do you know? Teaching is not for only the completing the syllabus, but teaching the basic purpose or the main purpose of the teaching is the understanding. If 100% students are understanding your class, the objective of education is automatically complete. If the students are not understanding well about the particular concept or the concept who present in the class, at that time, you are not giving the proper education as per the student view. So student required the understanding and the teacher is behind of the completing the syllabus or finishing the units or practicals or activity. But that is the not purpose of education. The purpose of education is better understanding. And here is some questions about the education. Can you interact with me about these questions? Why education is necessary? हमने छात्रों को शिक्षा देना क्यों शुरू किया है?
to taught them the moral and values of life.
जिससे भी इंटरेक्ट करना है उससे मेरी विनंती है कि वो ओपन योर कैमरास एंड देन इंटरेक्ट। तो एक साथ एक ही बात करेंगे, दो दो लोग बात नहीं करेंगे प्लीज। ओके। जो लोग पढ़े लिखे नहीं है और जो लोग पढ़े लिखे हैं, वो दोनों के बीच में कुछ अंतर आपको लगता है या होना चाहिए?
सर मी बोलू शकते का? मराठी चालते का?
कुठलीही भाषा चालेल नाही, आपण NEP मध्ये आहोत.
सर मला असं वाटतं की विद्यार्थ्यांना घडवण्यासाठी आणि एखादी चांगली पिढी घडवण्यासाठी संस्कार फार महत्वाचे असतात आणि ते शिक्षणाच्या माध्यमातून आपण विद्यार्थ्यांना देऊ शकतो. आता आपण आत्ताच्या जर पिढीत बघितलं तर मुलं अगदी 5वी 6वी पासून पोलीस भरतीचे MPSC चे क्लासेस लावतात, शाळेत रेग्युलर येत नाहीत. पण ते न होता जर आपण शाळेमधून त्यांना शिक्षण
मॅडम
दिलं तर
एक मिनिट, माझा प्रश्न वेगळा आहे, तुम्ही वेगळं सांगाले. वाय
पर्पज
एज्युकेशन, वाय एज्युकेशन इज इम्पॉर्टंट, दॅट इज माय क्वेश्चन. शिक्षण का महत्वाचं आहे? शिक्षा
मुलांना
क्यों इम्पॉर्टंट आहे? मी तुम्हाला
मुलांना
विचारलं की शिक्षा
घडवण्यासाठी
कशी आहे, सध्या कसे शिकतात ते मी तुम्हाला विचारलेलंच नाही.
सॉरी सर.
मी जे विचारलं ते फक्त थोडस त्याबद्दलच बोला, कारण तुमचं सांगणं बरोबर आहे, पण ते त्याच्या संबंधी नाही. एज्युकेशन इज इम्पॉर्टंट फॉर इम्प्रूविंग द क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ इन द पीपल हु आर लिविंग इन इंडिया. अपने देश में शिक्षा शुरू करने का जो औपचारिक उद्देश्य था, जो ध्येय था उसका, दैट इज द इम्प्रूव द क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ ऑफ ऑल सिटीजन्स. इसीलिए हमने शिक्षा को स्टार्ट किया है. अभी शिक्षा किसको देना है? whom is eligible फॉर एजुकेशन, किसको हमने शिक्षा देना चाहिए?
ऑल इंडियन
ऑल द माय क्वेश्चन इज डिपेंड ऑन IKS ओनली. आप लोगों ने IKS को सुना है कुछ लेक्चर्स, इसलिए आपको ये पता है किसको शिक्षा देना चाहिए, कौन
ऑल
पढ़ सकता.
Sir, every
एज पर
individual,
द ह्यूमैनिटेरियन
every
ऑर्गन एवरीवन कैन एलिजिबल फॉर एजुकेशन, मगर कौन पढ़ सकता है? क्योंकि व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ लर्निंग? चेंज इन बिहेवियर, वर्तन में सुधार लाना, वर्तन में परिवर्तन होना, ये हमारा शिक्षा का हेतु है. तो हुम इज एलिजिबल फॉर एजुकेशन, पढ़ने के लिए कौन पात्र है? हमने किसको पढ़ाना चाहिए? क्योंकि हम वैल्यूज के बारे में बात करते हैं, हेरिटेज के बारे में बात करते हैं, संस्कार के बारे में बात करते हैं, कुछ अच्छी हैबिट्स के बारे में बात करते हैं, कल्चर के बारे में भी हम बात करते हैं. तो हमने किसको पढ़ाना चाहिए? पढ़ने के लिए क्या जरूरी है? Only the sufficient infrastructure and well-decorated classrooms and ICT facilities are enough for education? Yes. आप में से 3 या 4 ही लोग बात करते हैं, बाकी लोग शायद स्लीपिंग मोड में है. 45, रोल नंबर 45.
यस सर.
यस प्लीज. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड माय क्वेश्चन?
यस सर.
हाँ, तो प्लीज.
जो पढ़ने में सक्षम हो और जिसे पढ़ने शिक्षा की जरूरत हो उससे हमें पढ़ाना चाहिए, ऐसे मुझे लगता है सर.
जिसको शिक्षा की जरूरत हो और जिसकी शिक्षा
जो
लेने की इच्छा हो,
इच्छा हो.
उसको हमने जरूर पढ़ाना बहुत जरूरी है. इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ हायर एजुकेशन, उसकी शिक्षा
ऑल
लेने की
पीपल
इच्छा
ऑफ
होना
इंडिया सर.
बहुत. यस सर.
मतलब ऑल पीपल ऑफ इंडिया सर. Those peoples are born in India, so they must essential to educate.
प्राइमरी एजुकेशन के बारे में तो हमने कंपलसरी सबको किया है, मगर हायर एजुकेशन के
कंपलसरी.
बारे में हमने
There is no option.
Primary, as per the RT, Right to Education Act 2009, every child has to right to take primary
Right to food, right to
education. That's why
education.
no one is the. मगर हायर एजुकेशन में हमने उन लोगों को ही पढ़ाना ज्यादा जरूरी है जिसकी पढ़ने की इच्छा हो, जिसकी मानसिक रूप से तैयारी हो। इफ ही इज नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड मेंटली, तो हम उसको कैसे पढ़ाए? तो दैट्स व्हाई द मेंटल प्रिपरेशन इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द चेंज इन बिहेवियर। अगर बिहेवियर में चेंज लाना इज नॉट इजी, बिहेवियर में चेंज लाने के लिए हमें स्टूडेंट का ही रिस्पॉन्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रहेगा। दैट्स व्हाई दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट वेयर वी कैन टीच टू स्टूडेंट्स। हम उनको कहाँ पढ़ा सकते हैं? इन द क्लासरूम, आउटसाइड द क्लासरूम, इन द सोसाइटी, इन होम, in trains, in kitchen, everywhere we can teach the students. And what is the right time to teach the student? उसको कब शिक्षा देना चाहिए?
From 3 years onwards, sir.
ओके, अभी आप सब
Nursery,
लोगों को मेरा
junior
एक
KG, senior
सवाल है।
KG.
आप आप सारे, बहुत सारे केजी में, नर्सरी में, प्री प्राइमरी में स्टूडेंट देखे होंगे, और कोई कोई पेरेंट्स भी उसमें से हो सकते हैं, आप में से। लोग अपने बच्चे को प्री प्राइमरी केजी या नर्सरी में उनको एडमिट क्यों करते हैं स्कूल में? व्हाट इज द पर्पस बिहाइंड इट? हम जब बच्चे को स्कूल में दाखिल करते हैं तो उसके पीछे हमारा हेतु क्या रहता है, और व्हाट इज द एक्चुअली फैक्ट इन सोसाइटी, ये आपको पता होना चाहिए। तो ही हम IKS तक उनको ले जा सकते हैं।
To become more socialized
ओके,
socialized होने के लिए बच्चे बच्चे मिल जाएंगे तो और अच्छा रहेगा।
आपने कभी मोर देन 10 पेरेंट्स का सर्वे किया इसके बारे में कि आपने आपके बच्चे को स्कूल में क्यों दाखिल किया है? Why you
मेरा
admit your
मेरा
student in the
मेरा खुद का
pre-primary class,
नहीं नहीं
nursery,
सर,
KG?
To learn discipline.
Discipline, okay. देखो, हमारे पास एक 100 स्टूडेंट का सर्वे है, ऑथेंटिक रिसर्च एक स्टूडेंट ने किया है इन एजुकेशन। तो मोर देन 65% जो पेरेंट्स है, दे आर वेरी कैजुअल अप्रोच बिहाइंड द प्राइमरी एजुकेशन। आप उन्होंने अपने बच्चे को स्कूल में इसलिए भर्ती किया है, कुछ कुछ बच्चे घर में ज्यादा सवाल पूछते हैं, तो उनको लगता है कि नाउ ही इज एलिजिबल फॉर प्राइमरी एजुकेशन, अभी उसको स्कूल में डालना चाहिए। कुछ कुछ बच्चे घर में तकलीफ देते हैं, इसलिए उनको स्कूल में भर्ती करते हैं। कुछ कुछ पेरेंट्स दोनों भी जॉब करते हैं और स्कूल घर के पास है, इसलिए उसको स्कूल भेजा गया है। या फिर कोई स्कूल बहुत अच्छी नजदीक खुली है और इसलिए हमने हमारे बच्चे को स्कूल में भेज दिया है। और जैसे कि सर ने पहले आंसर दिया कि किसी किसी का एज एलिजिबल हुआ है, इसलिए हमने उनको स्कूल में भेज दिया है। बहुत कम पेरेंट्स ऐसे हैं, नियर अबाउट 20 to 30 या मैक्स 40% पेरेंट्स, उन्होंने अपने बच्चे को स्कूल में अच्छा कल्चर अडॉप्ट करने के लिए, अच्छी हैबिट्स अडॉप्ट करने के लिए, या अच्छी शिक्षा प्राप्त करके सोशल प्रोसेस में इंटरेस्ट लेने के लिए उसको स्कूल में भेजा है। तो आप सबको पता है, आप सब लोग तो कंप्यूटर का एक प्राइमरी नॉलेज जानते हैं, जैसे हमारा इनपुट होता है वैसे ही आउटकम्स आते हैं, राइट? इफ यू आर वेरी कैजुअल अबाउट द एजुकेशन, तो उनके जो आउटकम्स है वो भी वैसे ही रहते हैं। और अभी जो ये है क्वेश्चन हमारा, दैट इज डिपेंड ऑन IKS, हाउ वी कैन टीच द स्टूडेंट्स। हमने अगर इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम हमने पढ़ा है, इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम अगर हमें पता है, तो हमने स्टूडेंट को कैसा पढ़ाना चाहिए, क्या अपेक्षा हमारी पढ़ाते समय टीचर की तरफ से होना चाहिए, जिससे उसका जो मेन पर्पस है, क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ, वो रीच हो जाए।
by comparing past, present and future.
करेक्ट।
हाँ,
उसको पास्ट टेंस भी पता होना चाहिए, उसको हिस्ट्री का नॉलेज होना चाहिए, उसको जो नेशन में हम रहते हैं उसका कल्चर पता होना चाहिए, एटलीस्ट हमारे नेशन का कल्चर पता होना चाहिए, वेरियस ऑफ फेस्टिवल्स उसको पता होना चाहिए। अलग अलग जो आर्ट्स है, स्किल्स है, उसके बारे में उसको नॉलेज होना चाहिए। ये सब उसको आने के लिए, या इंफॉर्मेशन, ये सब इंफॉर्मेशन नॉलेज में कन्वर्ट होने के लिए टीचर को क्लास में जाके पढ़ाना है। तो विच मेथड यू कैन यूज फॉर योर डेली टीचिंग? अगर आपको लगता है कि स्टूडेंट को भी आईकेएस का नॉलेज होना चाहिए, और वी आर टीचिंग इन हायर एजुकेशन लाइक दैट, यूजी और पीजी क्लासेस, तो विच इज द बेस्ट मेथड? आप भी सब लोग टीचर है, तो कोई तो मेथड आप अडॉप्ट करते होंगे क्लास में जाने के बाद
by
पढ़ाने के लिए।
by by giving some real life examples, sir, of
ओके,
IKS.
एग्जाम्पल्स है कि आप पढ़ाते हैं क्लास में,
हाँ, तो
और
मान लो
जो
कि
डेली लाइफ
केमिस्ट्री
के
केमिस्ट्री
एग्जाम्पल।
केमिस्ट्री में मान लो कि मेटलर्जी है, तो उसका मेटलर्जी में हमारा एशियन इंडिया में ये था, तो करंट में ये चल रहा है, लाइक दैट।
जैसे कि कल ही हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने बोला है कि अभी इसके बाद सब लोगों ने एक ही करो, कि आप जब भी कुछ परचेसिंग करने के लिए जाएंगे तो हमारे नेशन में जो बना है उसको ही परचेस करने की कोशिश करो, या वही परचेस करो। दैट इज बेटर फॉर द फ्यूचर ऑफ आवर नेशन। हमारी इकोनॉमी और ग्रो हो जाएगी। तो हम क्लास में पढ़ाते टाइम क्या ये भी हमारा रोल है या नहीं है? व्हेन वी टीच इन क्लास, हमारे जो नेशन ऑब्जेक्टिव है, वो नेशन ऑब्जेक्टिव की जिम्मेदारी टीचर के कंधे के ऊपर रहती है या नहीं रहती है?
यस सर, वी
जैसे
हैव।
कि जी, यस यस, जैसे बहुत सारे G20 के टाइम बहुत सारे नेशंस के प्राइम मिनिस्टर और उनके कुछ मिनिस्टर्स हमारे अलग अलग सिटी में आए थे। उन्होंने हमारे अलग अलग सिटी का जो कुछ कुछ जो इम्पोर्टेंस फीचर्स है, इम्पोर्टेंस जो उनका पास्ट टेंस है, जो उनकी इम्पोर्टेंट स्किल्स है, उनको उन्होंने देखा है। दैट इज फूड कल्चर, और मूर्ति कल्चर, और पेंटिंग्स, और डिजाइनिंग्स, और फार्मिंग कल्चर, ये सब उन्होंने देखा है। और उससे हमारा कुछ तो परसेंट जो एक्सपोर्ट्स है उसके ऊपर उसका अच्छा बेनिफिट हुआ है, उससे अच्छे ऑर्डर्स उन लोगों को मिलना चालू है, क्योंकि उसकी मार्केटिंग अच्छी हुई है। तो जब तक हम आईकेएस को हमारे टीचिंग में नहीं लेंगे, तब तक आईकेएस इंप्रूव नहीं हो सकता, तब तक आईकेएस बच्चे तक नहीं पहुंचेंगे। इसलिए हम जब क्लास में पढ़ाएंगे, तो व्हाट इज द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ आवर नेशन एजुकेशन, दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग। तो यही ढंग से टीचर ने क्लास में पढ़ाना अपेक्षित है। द नेक्स्ट इज द फैक्टर इफेक्टिंग ऑन लर्निंग। पास्ट में भी आप देखें, और प्रेजेंट में भी देखिए, और फ्यूचर में भी देखिए। तो जो फैक्टर्स मैंने आपके सामने रखे, पीपीटी मेरी चेंज हो रही?
Yes, sir.
यस, ओके। तो हाउ मेनी फैक्टर्स इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू?
There are three factors: learners, teachers, and learning environment.
राइट। आज से पहले 100 साल पहले, आज से 200 साल पहले, क्या यही फैक्टर थे? और आज से आगे 100 साल क्या यही फैक्टर रहेंगे, क्या चेंज होने वाले हैं? मेरा सवाल तो बहुत इजी है। आप लोग ज्यादा सोच रहे हैं या पार्टिसिपेट नहीं है?
सर फैक्टर्स तो यही
यस,
रहेंगे, फैक्टर्स यही रहेंगे
करेक्ट
पिछले,
करेक्ट।
आगे भी
बेसिक
यही
फैक्टर
रहेंगे
हमारे यही रहने
अभी।
वाले हैं, बिकॉज लर्नर इज नॉट चेंज।
हाँ।
जो पढ़ने वाला है वो वही रहने वाला, दैट इज लर्नर। जो पढ़ाने वाला है वो शायद गुरु होगा, अध्यापक होगा, या टीचर होगा, या प्रोफेसर होगा। उसके सिर्फ प्रोनाउंस चेंज होते रहेंगे। और लर्निंग एनवायरनमेंट तो फिक्स है। आप कहाँ पढ़ा रहे हैं, पढ़ते टाइम आपका फिजिकली और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर वाइज और मेंटल वाइज एनवायरनमेंट कैसा ग्रो हो रहा है, दैट इज द मेन फैक्टर ऑन लर्निंग। तो ये जो तीनों फैक्टर है, दैट इज अ लर्नर, टीचर एंड लर्निंग एनवायरनमेंट, दैट इज अ फिक्स। इसमें आईकेएस में और आज के डेट में बहुत सारे चेंजेस दिखते हैं। अभी हमारा टीचर का एनर्जी मैनेजमेंट इज दैट इज वी डू रूटीन वर्क। अगर हमारे पास 6 घंटे मिलते हैं, उसमें से जो हमारे टाइम की जो हम मैनेजमेंट करते हैं दैट इज 70% वर्क, डेली वर्क करते हैं हम। 20% एज पर ऑर्डर्स करते हैं, जैसे कुछ एचओडी ने आपको कहा या आपके प्रिंसिपल में जो आपको बताया वो आपको करना पड़ता है। एंड ओनली 10% एनर्जी इज यूटिलाइज फॉर क्रिएटिव वर्क, दैट इज अ प्रॉपर वर्क जो हमें नेशन बिल्डिंग के लिए करना अपेक्षित है, ये हम करते हैं। आप अगर पुराने जो टीचर्स थे हमारे, अगर 100 साल हम पीछे गए, 200 साल हम पीछे गए, अगर आप देखते हैं तो 70% पुराने टीचर अपना काम क्रिएटिव करते थे और रिमेनिंग डेली वर्क्स के लिए वो 50% में उनको कवर करते थे। मगर अभी हमारा जो एनर्जी मैनेजमेंट का जो ग्राफ है जो वो अब पूरा बदल चुका है। तो इसको हमें आज के आईकेएस का बेनिफिट लेके फिर एक बार हमें अपॉर्चुनिटी आईकेएस के थ्रू मिली है कि हाउ वी कैन इंप्रूव अवर क्रिएटिव एनर्जी फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस। देन नेक्स्ट इज एजुकेशन थ्रू अगर हमें जाना है तो टीचर को अगर हम एजुकेशन थ्रू अगर बनाना है तो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग we can take the benefit of IKS for preparation. There are 3 types of preparation, that is mental preparation, physical preparation और एक प्रिपरेशन आपको भी पता है जो टीचर को अपने क्लास में एंटर करने से पहले बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट था। वो गुरुकुल में भी इंपॉर्टेंट था और आज की शिक्षा में भी इंपॉर्टेंट है। आप बता सकते हो कौन सा प्रिपरेशन है? फर्स्ट इज मेंटल प्रिपरेशन, इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग। जो चीज हम करना चाहते हैं उसके बारे में हमारा मेंटल प्रिपरेशन जरूरी है। सेकंड इज फिजिकल प्रिपरेशन, गुरु या टीचर दोनों भी फिट होना बहुत जरूरी है। और थर्ड इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट प्रिपरेशन जो आपको पता है, वो कौन सा है? विच वन इज थर्ड?
कंटेंट नॉलेज और
यस मैम,
सब्जेक्ट
राइट।
नॉलेज, कंटेंट नॉलेज और
कंटेंट
सब
प्रिपरेशन, करेक्ट करेक्ट,
नॉलेज।
वेरी नाइस। दैट इज योर स्पेशलाइजेशन, दैट इज द कंटेंट प्रिपरेशन। और ये कंटेंट प्रिपरेशन, फिजिकल प्रिपरेशन और मेंटल प्रिपरेशन अगर हमारा होता है तो ही टीचर। यस सर। हमें कुछ बताना चाहते हैं या? ओके, शायद वो कुछ तो प्रॉब्लम है उनको। तो ये जो प्रिपरेशन है, दैट इज 3 टाइप ऑफ प्रिपरेशन, दैट इज मेंटल, फिजिकल एंड कंटेंट प्रिपरेशन। In mental preparation, teacher is ready, always ready for change. जो टीचर ओपन माइंड के रहते हैं, जो हमेशा चेंज के लिए रेडी रहते हैं, दे आर वेल मेंटली प्रिपेयर्ड एज पर द अवर एजुकेशन एंगल। वो उनका मेंटल प्रिपरेशन रहता है कि वो क्लास में खुद जाने के लिए रेडी रहते हैं। गुरुकुल में भी यही था कि गुरु इज रेडी फॉर एजुकेशन एंड गिविंग द एजुकेशन टू स्टूडेंट्स। आज के जमाने में भी वही मेंटली प्रिपरेशन होना बहुत जरूरी है। बोले तो कुछ जो बेसिक चीजें हैं जो आईकेएस में थे वो आज भी हमें बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है हमारे स्टूडेंट को अच्छा एजुकेशन देने के लिए। तो इसलिए ये तीनों भी जो टाइप की जो प्रिपरेशन है, ये तीनों टाइप की प्रिपरेशन भी मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट है। देन नेक्स्ट इज at the time of teaching, perfection is most important thing. Do you agree with me or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. How we can bring perfection in our teaching? And with the help of IKS. अभी आईकेएस के गुरु में और आज के शिक्षक या प्रोफेसर में क्या डिफरेंस आपको लगता है अबाउट द प्रिपरेशन, अबाउट द परफेक्शन ओनली?
As a teacher, if you follow the total tradition, even wearing the dress and while talking, while communicating all the people, then student also will follow you. If you miss that one student, they don't follow you. First of all, students they learn from what you are doing. They don't listen what you say. Later, second thing is that first thing that how you are performing, they observe everything, sir. So that perfection is most important as a teacher, sir.
Okay, sir, your answer is very correct. But my second question is, what is the difference between the today's teacher and Gurukul Paddhat teachers or Guru about the teaching perfection? क्या आप मानते हैं कि जो हमारे पुराने बहुत सारे हेरिटेज है उनको जिन्होंने बनाया है वो भी एक टीचर है जिन्होंने वो डिजाइन की है, राइट? आज भी वो कल्चर पूरे वर्ल्ड में लोग उसको अप्रिशिएट करते हैं और वो वैल्यूबल है। तो इज इट परफेक्शन और नॉट?
Yes, sir.
इज इट परफेक्शन? जैसे आपने बोला है कि बच्चे देख के ही सीखते हैं आप क्या कर रहे हैं, तो किसने तो भी ये बना
Sir,
के रखा है, उससे बहुत कुछ सीखते हैं, राइट?
yes, sir.
तो ये सब कुछ बनाने के लिए क्या जरूरी है? हमारे क्लास में परफेक्शन आने के लिए पहले टीचर के पास क्या होना जरूरी है?
First one, confidence is required.
करेक्ट,
First one.
राइट राइट। और कॉन्फिडेंट कब आता है सर?
Second one is you must have the proper body language
Subject
to
knowledge of the
involve the student in lecture.
If he prepared well,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Prepare.
if
Then
he
you
prepared well,
need to have
then
preparation
he,
also.
yes.
But how to deliver the content to the student, it's kind of art, sir. Because when
Teaching
we
is
explain any concept in class, we require a different type of the techniques.
मैं आप पे क्वेश्चन करता हूँ सर इसके
बोलिए सर।
बारे में ही, जो आपने बोला ना कि आप क्या कंटेंट कैसे डिलीवर करती है इसके ऊपर पूरा डिपेंड है। मेल टीचर और फीमेल टीचर में हु इज इफेक्टिव टीचर?
So, as per my opinion, sir, in my life, both are few are the very outstanding male teacher also, and few are also female teacher also outstanding. So I could not differentiate.
आपको सर एक ही जवाब देना है, मेल या फीमेल, हु इज इफेक्टिव टीचर? योर आंसर इज
As
लाइकली
per
टू,
my opinion, sir, when children, small children, this answer is varied by
यस यस।
age wise, sir. Because when small children are there, females are effective. When the
आपने
generation are
आपने
like,
जो रिस्पॉन्स दिया था सर फर्स्ट आंसर को, उससे ही वो क्वेश्चन बनता है। टीचिंग इज एन आर्ट दैट इज नॉट डिपेंड ऑन जेंडर, राइट?
Absolutely.
तो जिसकी आर्ट अच्छी होंगी उसकी टीचिंग अच्छी होंगी। और ऑल दिस थिंग्स जो आज मैं
yes, sir,
आपको बताने
definitely.
जा रहा हूं वो हमारे आर्ट में आता है कि हम अच्छा परफेक्शन कर रहे हैं, हम हमारा अच्छा एनर्जी को यूटिलाइज कर रहे हैं, हम प्रामाणिकता से अगर प्रिपरेशन करते हैं तो हमारा कॉन्फिडेंस अच्छा रहता है। ओके, तो टीचिंग में परफेक्शन होना बहुत जरूरी है क्योंकि जो मैसेज हमें स्टूडेंट को पहुंचाना है वही मैसेज पहुंचना बहुत जरूरी है। दैट्स वाई हमारे टीचिंग में परफेक्शन रहना बहुत जरूरी है। वो बेनिफिट हम आईकेएस से ले सकते हैं। आईकेएस के जो टीचर्स थे वो जमाने के गुरु जो थे वो दे आर वेरी सेटिस्फाइड, एंड उनका जो कंसंट्रेशन था टीचिंग के बारे में वो हम लोगों से ज्यादा था, इसीलिए उन्होंने बहुत कष्ट उठाए हैं और बड़े बड़े जो डिजाइन्स बना के रखे हैं जिसके बारे में हम सिर्फ सोच सकते हैं आज भी। तो नेक्स्ट इज प्लेजर। अभी प्लेजर के बारे में आप क्या बता सकते हैं कि 200 साल पहले भी अर्जुन की कोई तो भी टीचर के पास पढ़े हैं, भीम भी कोई टीचर के पास पढ़े हैं, और आज भी बच्चे कुछ टीचर के पास पढ़ते हैं। हु गेट मोर सेटिस्फैक्शन यहाँ प्लेजर का मीनिंग ये है कि हु गेट मोर सेटिस्फैक्शन।
Person who's genuinely interested in learning.
यस। क्लासरूम टीचिंग, मान लो फॉर्मल टीचिंग के बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं, मान लो कि क्लासरूम टीचिंग में ज्यादा से ज्यादा सेटिस्फेक्शन या खुशी किसको मिल सकती है?
टीचर को मिलेगी सबसे ज्यादा।
टीचर को मिल सकती है। और व्हेन ही गेट मोर प्लेजर, और व्हेन
When he makes the child
कब वो
think.
ज्यादा से ज्यादा सेटिस्फाइड हो सकता है? यस।
जब एक स्टूडेंट को वो सही दिशा दिखा सकता है, he makes the child think critically, questions his own knowledge, तब आई थिंक टीचर को बहुत सेटिस्फैक्शन मिलता है।
ओके, तो प्लेजर के बारे में आप क्या सोचते हैं कि क्या केएस में प्लेजर था? हमारे इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम के जो अलग अलग क्लासरूम्स है, गुरुकुल के क्लासरूम्स, उसमें प्लेजर था? अभी हमारे पास यूनिफॉर्म नाम की एक चीज है जिससे हम इक्वालिटी चाहते हैं, तब भी एक यूनिफॉर्म था। अगर कोई गुरु के पास किसको शिक्षा प्राप्त करने के लिए अगर जाना है, वो भले राजा का पुत्र क्यों ना हो, उनको भी वही वेश परिधान करके जाना पड़ता था, तो ही उनको शिक्षा मिलती थी। इट मीन्स द इक्वेलिटी एट द टाइम ऑफ टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस, वो तब भी थी और आज भी है। सिर्फ उसके जो मोड्स है वो थोड़े
Have we lost, sir?
Not audible, sir.
सर का इंटरनेट कट हो गया लगता है।
सीढ़ी दिख, आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
यस सर, यस सर।
Audible, sir.
पीपीटी दिख रही है, नॉलेज थ्रू इंटरेक्शन?
PPT is not visible, sir.
नहीं दिख रही?
Yes, sir.
ओके। अब दिख रही?
Yes, sir. Now visible, sir.
ओके। हम जब क्लास में जाने के बाद जब प्रेजेंटेशन करते हैं, तो पर्पस ऑफ प्रेजेंटेशन दैट इज नॉलेज थ्रू इंटरेक्शन, दैट इज द पर्पस ऑफ प्रेजेंटेशन। और सिस्टम, अभी क्लास में जाने के बाद जब हम प्रेजेंटेशन करेंगे, जब बच्चे को कुछ पढ़ाएंगे, वो प्रेजेंटेशन करते समय हम लोग के साथ the purpose of education is not providing the degrees only, or not providing the information only. The purpose of education is the improve the quality of life to students. So that's why we are these things. तो इसलिए हम क्लास में जाने के बाद स्टूडेंट के साथ इंटरेक्शन करते हैं, और वो इंटरेक्शन हम नॉलेज थ्रू करते हैं, दैट इज अ बेटर प्रेजेंटेशन। ओनली द पीपीटी इज नॉट मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, पीपीटी द टूल ऑफ इंटरेक्शन, बट स्टूडेंट के साथ कोई नई नई आइडिया के साथ अगर इंटरेक्शन करते हैं, तो उनकी आइडियोलॉजी भी डेवलप हो सकती है। तो जब हम अपने स्टूडेंट के साथ इंटरेक्शन करेंगे, तो थ्रू इंटरेक्शन वी कैन प्रोवाइड द सम experience of our culture, of our heritage, of our values, of our strength of our country. तो ये सब हम इंटरेक्शन थ्रू स्टूडेंट के सामने हम प्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं, उसके द्वारा भी हम स्टूडेंट के साथ ये सब चीजें कर सकते हैं. Do you know the meaning of presence of mind? Yes. Hello. Roll number 43.
Sir, the
Sir.
teacher must always cultivate a balanced state of mind, irrespective of any problems that's happening in his or her life.
Okay.
Sir, to
The
any
ability to
When,
be calm
when
and
we
alert.
when we enter in the classroom, is it any challenges in classroom at the time of teaching or at the time of
Yes.
interaction, at the time of research guidance?
Yes, sir. There are many challenges a teacher comes across. कुछ चीजें
So,
एकदम suddenly आ जाती हैं and then you are all baffled, you know. Certain responses that a
yes.
child gives, because there are many things जो हम तैयार करके जाते हैं, but a child in today's age and time knows more than what the teacher knows at times, you know.
How teacher can face this type of challenges? That is
Uh,
based on fact or based on knowledge? देखो, जब हम क्लास में जाते हैं और क्लास में आप कोई भी कंसेप्ट स्टूडेंट को पढ़ाते हैं, तो सपोज देर आर 30 स्टूडेंट, देर आर नॉट 30 स्टूडेंट, देर आर 30 सैंपल्स और 30 चैलेंजेस. उनके माइंड हमने देखा है पहले भी, एवरीवन इज आर डिफरेंट फ्रॉम अदर्स. तो उनके माइंड में जो भी कुछ आ सकता है एट द टाइम ऑफ टीचिंग, दे कैन आस्क द टीचर, और वो आपको पूछ सकते हैं और उसके बारे में मालूमात ले सकते हैं. एट द टाइम ऑफ ऐसे भी कुछ चैलेंजेस, किसी सिचुएशन आपको आते हैं, वहां भी आपको एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है, स्कोप है कि आप आपके कल्चर के बारे में, आप आपके इंडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम के बारे में स्टूडेंट को अलग अलग एग्जाम्पल थ्रू उनको सेटिस्फाई कर सकते हैं. और वो जो चैलेंज है, वो चैलेंज हम एक्सेप्ट कर सकते हैं, और रियलिटी के साथ और ऑनेस्टली हम उनको जो भी हमें हमारे नेशन के बारे में बताना है वो हम बता सकते हैं. टीचर ने प्रोफेशनल रहना चाहिए या नहीं रहना चाहिए, दैट इज माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. मुझे ऐसा लगता है आप लोग जब मेरे साथ इंटरेक्शन करते हैं तो ही मेरा इंटरनेट एक्सेस प्रॉपर्ली काम करता है. जब आप लोग मेरे साथ डिस्कस नहीं करते हैं तो ऑटोमेटिकली मेरा वाईफाई गायब हो जाता है. तो माय वाईफाई इज रिक्वायर्ड टू योर एनर्जी.
yes, sir. टीचर को प्रोफेशनल होना बहुत जरूरी है.
ओके, क्यों?
100% नहीं sir, should be have some flexibility.
Sorry?
गुरु शिष्य परंपरा में टीचर प्रोफेशनल थे या नहीं थे?
Sir, रहेंगे ही ना, sir, definitely. There is a very
Definitely.
thin line, you know, teacher और student के साथ. We have to maintain that line.
कोई
Otherwise,
मुझे
you
कोई
will not be
एग्जांपल दे
respected.
सकता है कि कोई मुझे एक एग्जांपल दे सकता है कि एट द टाइम ऑफ गुरुकुल पद्धत टीचर प्रोफेशनल थे? तो मुझे समझ में आएगा कि प्रोफेशनल का मीनिंग आप लोगों को वही समझ में आया जो मैं समझता हूं. यस प्लीज.
Sir, professionalism means the teacher should be learned in the particular discipline. So in the Gurukul system, there were many disciplines, and for example, some teachers would be teaching the Shastra Vidya, and that teacher will be efficient in that respect. And some teachers, they would be teaching Vedas, they would be so philosophic, and they have knowledge in that field. Maybe that's the meaning of professionalism, sir. I understood from Gurukul system.
ओके, वेरी नाइस, गुड एग्जांपल. देखो, अर्जुन जी को भी बताया था उनके गुरु ने कि अगर आपको अच्छा धनुर्धारी बनना है तो आपको एक ही आंख फिश का दिखना चाहिए, दूसरा का आपको दिखना ही नहीं चाहिए. तो यू हैव टू 100% कॉन्सेंट्रेशन व्हाट यू वांट. उसके
सर
ऊपर
और
हमने
एक
करना
इसमें
चाहिए।
और एक कहानी
दैट्स
है
व्हाई
सर।
वो
हेलो।
यस। हाँ
तो
जी सर।
अर्जुन को श्रेष्ठ बनाने के लिए उसने एकलव्य का द्रोणाचार्य ने अंगूठा मांग लिया था, थंब मांग लिया था।
नहीं, we are not discussing
अब
about
इसे
this thing. We are discussing
प्रोफेशनल
we
बोलेंगे
are
और
discussing
और
about
कुछ बोलेंगे।
professional. We are discussing about professional कि हमने एक शिक्षा में प्रोफेशनलिज्म प्राप्त करने के लिए उन्होंने शिष्य को क्या क्या बताना चाहिए। तो उन्होंने कंसंट्रेशन उनको को होने के लिए उनको बोला था कि आपको दो आंख दिखना नहीं चाहिए, आपको एक ही आंख दिखना चाहिए। जब आपको एक ही आंख दिखता है तो ही आपके समझ में आएगा कि अच्छा धनुर्धारी बनने के लिए आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा। तो वी आर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट द डायलॉग ऑफ ओनली अर्जुन एंड हिज गुरु, नॉट अर्जुन हिज गुरु एंड एकलव्य। ओके, so that's why this is not a matter of my example. Then next is planner. अगर एक टीचर को अपने क्लास में जाके एजुकेशन के बारे में जो भी कुछ कर्म करके आना है उसको सक्सेस करने के लिए प्लानिंग की जरूरत रहती है। हम ऐसा बोलते हैं कि कुछ कुछ लोग प्लानिंग करने के लिए प्लानिंग सक्सेस फॉर प्लानिंग, तो जो लोग प्लानिंग नहीं करते वो भी अनसक्सेस के लिए प्लान करते हैं। If some teacher have very casual approach about the particular subject or particular class or particular practical or at the time of research guidance, इसका मतलब वही रहता है कि वो सक्सेस नहीं चाहता है। अगर हमें सक्सेस लाना है तो उसके लिए अच्छा प्लान करना भी जरूरी है। हम अगर if the teacher is sincere and honest, automatically is reflect on the student personality. So that's why टीचर ने भी ये सोचना बहुत जरूरी है कि हम जो भी चीज करेंगे वो प्रॉपर प्लान के साथ करना बहुत जरूरी है। इसलिए हमारा डेली टीचिंग प्लान, वीकली टीचिंग प्लान, मंथली टीचिंग प्लान, ईयरली टीचिंग प्लान एंड आवर टीचिंग इज रिलेटेड टू आवर ऑब्जेक्टिव्स एंड आउटकम्स। अगर टीचर खुद को हैबिट लगाता है कि मेरे एवरी क्लास में जाने के बाद क्या आउटकम्स, व्हाट इज द आउटकम्स ऑफ माय टुडेज क्लास, ये अगर हम सोचते हैं और वो अगर हैबिट टीचर को लगती है, दैट इज ही इज वेरी गुड प्लानर। देन नेक्स्ट इज हमारी जो लाइफ स्टाइल बनती है दैट इज डिपेंड ऑन पावर ऑफ थॉट। हमने कौन से विचारों को हमारे व्यक्तित्व में रखा है और वो हमें क्या एनर्जी देते हैं, दैट इज आवर लाइफ स्टाइल। अगर हमारा हमें ऐसा लगता है कि कैजुअल अप्रोच से भी काम चल जाता है, 30-35 साल की जर्नी निकल जाती है, तो वैसी लाइफस्टाइल भी रहती है। दे आर नॉट सीरियस अबाउट द पर्टिकुलर लेक्चर और पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट और नॉलेज एट द टाइम ऑफ इंटरेक्शन और एनी मोर एक्टिविटीज। तो दैट इज देयर थिंकिंग प्रोसेस, दैट इज अ फॉल्ट इन देयर थिंकिंग प्रोसेस। इट मीन्स they adopted not proper thought as a teacher. So our lifestyle is depend on the power of thought. जैसे आप कुछ आपके कॉलेजेस में या डिपार्टमेंट्स में या आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी कैंपस में अलग अलग अगर आप कुछ इनोवेटिव चीज करने जाते हैं तो डेफिनेटली कुछ तो लोग रहेंगे कि जो बोलेंगे कि इसकी क्या जरूरत है और इससे क्या होने वाला है। तो यही तो आपकी पावर है कि अगर आपने डिसाइड किया है कि ये चीज अच्छी है और ये स्टूडेंट्स की हित में है, ये नेशन की हित में है, तो आपके जो थॉट्स है उन्होंने आपको हमेशा पावर देना चाहिए कि भले बाकी लोग कुछ भी कहे मगर हम ये जो मिशन है वो मिशन हम 100% कंप्लीट करेंगे। और वही हमारी लाइफस्टाइल बनना बहुत जरूरी है। और वही आईकेएस को भी अपेक्षित है कि टीचर के पास कुछ अच्छे थॉट्स होना चाहिए, कुछ फिलोसॉफी होना चाहिए, खुद के कुछ वैल्यूज होना चाहिए। उसके ऊपर ही वो अच्छा एजुकेशन स्टूडेंट को दे सकता है। अभी ऐसा हो चुका है कि हमने क्या किया है, हायर एजुकेशन को बहुत बड़े मात्रा में प्लेसमेंट के साथ उसको जोड़ दिया है। तो इज इट आवर ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ एजुकेशन कि स्टूडेंट को सिर्फ प्लेसमेंट प्रोवाइड करना, वही हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव रह सकता है एजुकेशन का? यस प्लीज। ओनली द गुड प्लेसमेंट इज द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ एजुकेशन?
नो सर, नहीं सर।
No, no.
It's only one of the
एजुकेशन का पहला ऑब्जेक्टिव अच्छा नागरिक बनाना ये होना चाहिए।
हाँ,
ये है।
इसलिए उसमें अच्छे विचार की निर्मिति बहुत जरूरी है। उसने सोचना बहुत जरूरी है। व्हेन वी टीच इन आवर क्लास, तो हम इसके लिए क्लास में हमने पढ़ाना चाहिए कि बच्चे सोचे हम क्या कर रहे हैं। राइट और रॉन्ग का जो डिफरेंस है वो उनको समझ में आए। और ये हम तब कर सकते हैं जब हमारे पास कुछ अच्छे थॉट्स हो, हम कुछ अच्छे फिलोसफी के ऊपर हम हमारे खुद का जो लाइफ स्टाइल है वो आत्मनिर्भर हो। तो ही हम क्या कर सकते हैं, तो ही हम स्टूडेंट्स को वो अच्छे अच्छे थॉट्स हम दे सकते हैं। हमें नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, ग्लोबल नीड जो है, क्या वो टीचर कंप्लीट कर सकता है या गुरु कंप्लीट कर सकता है? व्हाट इज योर ओन ओपिनियन? इसके बारे में अलग अलग ओपिनियन हो सकते हैं और होना भी चाहिए। हु कैन रिक्वायर द न्यूज नीड्स ऑफ ग्लोबल वर्ल्ड? इसके लिए अच्छे स्टूडेंट कौन बना सकते हैं? नाउ द नीड
गुरु
ऑफ आवर इन फ्रंट ऑफ आवर एजुकेशन सिस्टम, दैट इज अ ग्लोबल स्टूडेंट। और ग्लोबल स्टूडेंट बनाने के लिए ज्यादा अहम कौन है, टीचर है या गुरु है?
सर गुरु।
मुझे
आप
लगता है गुरु सर।
कुछ भी बोले। हाँ,
गुरु सर।
okay, your answer is correct, sir. Can we explain with a short example?
सर टीचर टीचर को सिर्फ उस सब्जेक्ट का कंटेंट नॉलेज होता है। टीचर वो वही सब्जेक्ट जिसका सब्जेक्ट है वही पढ़ाता है। लेकिन गुरु है, गुरु का विजन थोड़ा सा ब्रॉड, ज्यादा ब्रॉड रहता है। और जो ग्लोबल नीड है वो सब्जेक्ट के बाहर होता है सर। वो सस्टेनेबिलिटी हो या अदर
देखो,
प्रिंसिपल।
दोनों भी स्टूडेंट के ऊपर अच्छे हैबिट्स और संस्कार करने की अंतःकरण से कोशिश करते हैं। मगर दोनों में से ज्यादा सक्सेस कौन होता है स्टूडेंट में संस्कार और अच्छे हैबिट्स को लगाने के लिए?
गुरु।
ज्यादा सक्सेस रेट किसका है इसमें? आज के डेट में भी
गुरु
गुरु भी
का।
है और टीचर भी है।
हम्म। गुरु का सर।
तो इसीलिए ग्लोबल लीड्स को अगर हमें फाइट करना है, क्योंकि 92 से हमने गैट को एक्सेप्ट किया है, तो नाउ अभी हमारे स्टूडेंट जो है तो लोकल टू ग्लोबल हमें उनको बनाना है। तो हमें टीचर को उसके गुरु के रोल में जाके ही उनको शेपिंग करना बहुत जरूरी है। दैट इज द नीड ऑफ टाइम। देन नेक्स्ट इज, ये पीस मैंने कुछ आपको बताया है। दैट इज अ प्रिपरेशन, परफेक्शन, प्लेजर, प्रेजेंटेशन, प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड, प्रोफेशनल प्लानर एंड पावर ऑफ थॉट। इससे एक गुरु की पर्सनैलिटी बन सकती है। एक अगर आज के 21वीं सदी के कलयुग के मात्रा में अगर हमें अच्छा गुरु बनना है तो इसके बारे में हमें सोचना बहुत जरूरी है। देन नेक्स्ट इज, इसमें से आपको इंफॉर्मेशन, नॉलेज एंड एप्लीकेशन, विच इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड हमारे एजुकेशन के लिए, डॉक्टर एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम ने इनमें से कौन से वर्ड की ज्यादा वैल्यू बताई थी? विच इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड फॉर एजुकेशन? इंफॉर्मेशन, नॉलेज और एप्लीकेशन?
application, sir.
एप्लीकेशन।
एप्लीकेशन, ओके। Without knowledge, can we apply the things?
No, sir.
No.
No.
So as per my knowledge, डॉक्टर एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम, इन्होंने जो अपेक्षा की थी, दैट इज अ नॉलेजेबल सोसाइटी, यही सुपर पावर बना सकती है हमारे नेशन को। तो दे आर वेरी क्लियर ट्रेस ऑन नॉलेज, नॉट इंफॉर्मेशन। हमारे जो गैजेट है, हैंडसेट है, उसमें गूगल के ऊपर बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन अवेलेबल है। मगर जब तक हम इंफॉर्मेशन को नॉलेज में कन्वर्ट करके अप्लाई नहीं करते, तब तक उसका हमारे नेशन को कुछ भी फायदा होने वाला नहीं। जैसे तुम्हारे पास हल्दी का पेटेंट है तुम्हारे पास, अदरक का पेटेंट है तुम्हारे पास, बहुत सालों से जड़ी बूटी है तुम्हारे पास, आयुर्वेद है, चिकित्सालय है, योग है, मगर व्हाट अबाउट द नॉलेज एंड एप्लीकेशन? इंफॉर्मेशन से काम नहीं चलेगा जब तक हम ये सब जो हमारा आ, शक्ति है, इनको जब तक हम नॉलेज में कन्वर्ट नहीं करेंगे तब, और उसको अप्लाई नहीं करेंगे, उसके बारे में कुछ टेक्नोलॉजी हम विकसित नहीं करेंगे, तब तक उसका बेनिफिट हमारे नेशन को मिलने वाला नहीं है। तो आईकेएस का जो मेन पर्पस है एनईपी में लाने का, कि दैट इज हमारे पास बहुत शक्ति है, नेचर बहुत डिफरेंट है हमारा, अलग अलग प्लांट से, अलग अलग फ्लावर से, अलग अलग टाइप्स ऑफ लैंड है, सॉइल्स है, वाटर है, मगर उसको हम, वो इंफॉर्मेशन को हम नॉलेज में कन्वर्ट करके उसको हमारे नेशन डेवलपमेंट के लिए हम जब तक अप्लाई करने के लिए नॉलेज थ्रू टेक्नोलॉजी विकसित नहीं करेंगे, तब तक उसका यूज नहीं होगा। और जब तक एनर्जी का यूज होता नहीं है, तब तक फिजिक्स में भी पता है कि इफ एनर्जी इज नॉट यूज तो वर्क होता ही नहीं। अगर मैक्सिमम वर्क और प्रोग्रेस करने के लिए एनर्जी को नॉलेज में कन्वर्ट करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो वो उन्होंने हम लोगों को बताया था, तो वो भी यहाँ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। देन ये सब करने के लिए कम्युनिकेशन भी इंपॉर्टेंट है, दैट इज कंप्लीटनेस। हम जो भी कुछ करेंगे, कम्युनिकेट करेंगे, उसमें पूर्णता का संबोध होना, संकेत होना वो जरूरी है। आज के डेट में हमारे किसी के पास भी ज्यादा टाइम नहीं है, इसलिए हमें दूसरी आदत लगाना भी जरूरी है कि हम जो भी कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं वो हम संक्षिप्त में बता सकते हैं। दैट इज ए कंसाइजनेस, कंसाइजनेस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। आप बहुत विस्तृत बात कर रहे हैं तो कभी कभी सामने वाले को वो बोरिंग भी होता है, और कोई सी चीज स्टूडेंट को बार बार बोर होती है, अगर कोई टीचर वही चीज बार बार रिपीट कर रहे हैं तो रिपीटेशन इज बोरिंग फॉर ऑल टाइप ऑफ ऑडियंस। दैट्स व्हाई कंसाइज में आपने वो बात करना चाहिए। आप ऐसी बात करो जिससे लोग कंसिडर करें, उसमें कुछ अर्थपूर्णता हो तो ही लोग कंसिडर करते हैं, उसमें करेक्टनेस होना बहुत जरूरी है, उसमें क्लैरिटी जरूरी है। आप जो बात करेंगे, आप तो टीचर है, टीचर अगर नम्रता से बात करेंगे तो स्टूडेंट के पास भी नम्रता ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाएगी। एंड करेक्टनेस, आप जो भी बात करेंगे वो शुद्ध ट्रू होना बहुत जरूरी है। और दीज ऑल आर द कम्युनिकेशन। अब स्टूडेंट के होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट के लिए आईकेएस ने हमें क्या क्या योगदान दिया है? फर्स्ट इज द पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग। हमारे पुराने लोग जो काम करते थे वो एक एक पैरामीटर के ऊपर सौ सौ साल काम करते थे, इसलिए अजंठा, वेरूल, वो अलग अलग जो बुद्धि लेने हम देखते हैं, उसका जो डिजाइन है, उसका जो ग्राफिक है, उसका जो नेचर है, तो दैट इज द बेस्ट एग्जांपल ऑफ पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग। जो वास्तव में था वो एट द एंशिएंट टाइम, वो टाइम में उसको उन्होंने एक्सेप्ट करके उसके ऊपर उन्होंने प्रोसेस किया है, और जो हमारा कल्चर था उस टाइम का, जो हेरिटेज था, तो वो बना के रखा है हम सब लोगों के लिए। तो पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग फॉर एवरी टीचर, बिकॉज टीचर को पढ़ के स्टूडेंट आगे जाते हैं, टीचर को स्टूडेंट फॉलो करते थे। एंड क्रिएटिव वर्क, उसके बारे में तो हमारे कल्चर में बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स हमें दिए हैं। देन डेवलप एक्सेप्टेंस पावर, हमारी जो मानसिक स्थिरता, स्ट्रेस फ्री रहने के लिए एक्सेप्टेंस पावर को भी हमने बढ़ाना बहुत जरूरी है। देन कॉमन प्रेयर, इंडिविजुअल प्रेयर तो हम सब लोग कर सकते हैं, मगर कॉमन प्रेयर भी बहुत जरूरी है। कॉमन प्रेयर से हम मेंटल सेटिस्फाइड होते हैं। आप देखेंगे कि 100 साल पहले, 200 साल पहले, 500 साल पहले हजारों लोग इकट्ठा आके कॉमन प्रेयर करते, फॉर नेशन, फॉर गॉड, फॉर रिलीजन, एक्सेट्रा, फॉर एनवायरमेंट। कॉमन प्रेयर से हमें एक प्रेरणा मिलती है। आज भी हमारे जो मिलिट्रीज के पीपल्स है वो भी कॉमन प्रेयर करते हैं, तो वो भी जरूरी है कि हम कॉमन प्रेयर करें। देन डेवलप इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस, अगर स्टूडेंट को बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग हमें करके लेना है और अच्छी शिक्षा उनको देना है, तो इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग। तो इंटेलिजेंस तो सबके पास है, मगर उसको इमोशन के साथ अगर हम यूज करते हैं, दूसरे को भी हम समझ लेते हैं, दैट इज इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस। हम अकेला बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं, मगर अगर टीम वर्क के साथ अगर हम करते हैं तो सोशलाइजेशन प्रोसेस प्रॉपरली होती है, तो इसलिए टीम वर्क बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस के लिए प्रॉपर डायरी राइट करना चाहिए, जरूरी है। हम कहते हैं कि इफ वी डिसाइडेड वी डू एनीथिंग, अगर हमने कुछ डिसाइड किया तो हम वो कर सकते हैं। डिसाइड करने के बाद उसको लिखो, हमने क्या डिसाइड किया है। मान लो कि हमने सेल्फ डेवलपमेंट के लिए डेली एक काम अगर डिसाइड किया है, तो वो हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है, क्या हमारे कैपेसिटीज के वो बाहर है या खुद को डिसिप्लिन नहीं है, उसका भी अंदाजा हमें सेल्फ डायरी से आता है। देन इम्प्रूव द सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस। सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस इंप्रूव करने के लिए डेली अगर हम डायरी लिखते हैं तो उससे सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस इंप्रूव होता है। हमें समझ में आता है कि अगर हमारे पास लेजर टाइम है तो हम उसमें से कितने काम कर सकते हैं, 2 3 4 5। तो उससे हमारा सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस भी इंप्रूव होता है। देखो, पुराने जमाने में कोई किसका रिकॉर्ड ब्रेक नहीं करता था, वो सिर्फ खुद के ही रिकॉर्ड ब्रेक करके आगे चलते थे। अभी ऐसी आदत लगी है कि वी ऑलवेज कंपेयर विथ अदर्स। इसलिए जो अलग अलग चैनल्स पे जो बताते हैं, जो एडवर्टाइज भी होती है, अगर कोई डिटर्जेंट की एडवर्टाइज होती है तो वो खुद की ऐड नहीं करता है, दूसरे से हम कैसे ज्यादा सफेद है ये ऐड करने की कोशिश करते हैं। इसलिए हमारी मेंटेलिटी खराब होती है और हम ज्यादा दूसरे से कंपेयर करते हैं, और उससे ही हमारा हैप्पीनेस खराब हुआ है। देन एक्सचेंज ऑफ आइडिया। मैंने अगर आपको एक नई पीपीटी शेयर की, आपने अगर मुझे एक नई पीपीटी शेयर की, दोनों की भी पीपीटी की जो नॉलेज है वो डबल हो सकता है। मैंने आपको 100 रुपीज एक पे किए, आपने मुझे 100 रुपीज पे किए, तो बैलेंस में कोई भी बढ़ावती होने वाली नहीं है। दैट्स व्हाई द एक्सचेंज ऑफ आइडिया इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग। नाउ वी आर द फर्स्ट 5 कंट्री इन द वर्ल्ड इन इकोनॉमिकल ग्रोथ। एट दैट टाइम हम आइडिया का एक्सचेंज करना, कल्चर एक्सचेंज करना, दूसरे के कल्चर का रिस्पेक्ट करना, दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इन द ग्लोबल वर्ल्ड। एंड चेंज योर लाइफस्टाइल अकॉर्डिंग टू होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट एंड IKS। जब तक टीचर की लाइफस्टाइल चेंज नहीं होगी, तब तक स्टूडेंट भी उसमें से ज्यादा कुछ नहीं बन सकते। तो वो भी इंपॉर्टेंट है। योगा को आज के डेट में भी हमें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। हम कोई भी डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं या किसी को भी हम ओपिनियन लेते हैं, तो हमारे 75% में से ज्यादा जो बीमारियां है दैट इज ड्यू टू स्ट्रेस। स्ट्रेस, ऑक्यूपेशनल स्ट्रेस है, इकोनॉमिकल स्ट्रेस है, या कुछ जोग्राफिकल स्ट्रेस है, सोसाइटिकल स्ट्रेस है। उसका पहले प्रेशर क्रिएट होता है। अलग 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 काम जब हम पेंडिंग रखते हैं, उसका प्रेशर क्रिएट होता है। प्रेशर फिर टेंशन देता है, और उससे फिर स्ट्रेस लेवल बढ़ती है। स्ट्रेस लेवल भी रिमूव करने के लिए हमने ये सब चीजें करना बहुत जरूरी है। प्रॉपर प्लानिंग करो, निगेटिव थिंकिंग को अवॉइड करो, सेल्फ सेटिस्फेक्शन को प्रायोरिटी देना चाहिए, ओपननेस जरूरी है, हेल्दी एनवायरनमेंट को क्रिएट करो, प्रॉब्लम्स को अपॉर्चुनिटी में कन्वर्ट करो। और ये सब चीजें हम योगा लाइफस्टाइल अडॉप्ट करके कर सकते हैं। ये भी बहुत जरूरी है कि हमने उसको भी करना चाहिए। देन my next question is all teachers. Do you want become a famous teacher or good teacher? इसमें से आप क्या चुनेंगे?
Good teacher, sir. Good.
हेलो।
Good teacher, sir. Good teacher.
गुड टीचर। और कैसे बनेंगे गुड टीचर आप? देर इज डिसीजन मेकिंग प्रोसेस। वहां इमोशन एंड कॉग्निशंस को आपको बैलेंस रखना बहुत जरूरी है। देन यू कैन बी मेक ए गुड टीचर। आप सब लोगों ने एजुकेशन एंड IKS के बारे में जो मेरे विचार थे, वो विचार मैंने आप सबके सामने प्रकट किए। आप सबका जो मुझे मैडम ने समय दिया था, वो समय भी यहाँ पूरा होते दिख रहा है। इफ यू हैव एनी क्वीज और क्वेश्चन अबाउट माय कंटेंट और लेक्चर, यू कैन आस्क वेरी फ्रीली, बिकॉज वी ऑल आर अ टीचर, नो वन इज एक्सपर्ट हियर। तो आई एम ऑल्सो students of IKS and education. So you can ask me if you have any queries. Okay. If you have no doubt or queries. There is two meanings.
Is any question, participant?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Post-pandemic, after COVID-19, the students are very friendly to the online teaching. But
Yes.
it's quite difficult to gather them and intake them into the class. So, how will you deals with this?
Sir, you can accept the blended mode first. Sometimes online, sometimes offline is the best mode. We require sometime offline. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. We are
Yes, sir.
audible.
Yes. We required sometime offline, but not every time we require offline. That's why sometime you can use online, sometime offline. That is a better option as per my personal opinion.
नहीं, बच्चे सर न्यूट्रल होते जा रहे, न्यूट्रल हो रहे। अब हम उनको मतलब कितना मोटिवेट करें, थोड़ा उनका अंदर एक न्यूट्रलिटी आ रही है। मतलब मेरा खुद
मैंने
का
आपको
ओपिनियन
पहले
था।
सर मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया था सर, हायर एजुकेशन में हु इज एलिजिबल फॉर लर्निंग, संविधान से सब पढ़ सकते हैं, नो इश्यू। मगर क्या उसकी पढ़ने की इच्छा है? और हायर एजुकेशन को कंपल्सरी नहीं कर सकते, हम प्राइमरी को कर सकते कंपल्सरी, राइट?
यस सर।
अगर वो खुद होके आपके पास पढ़ने के लिए आया है तो वो डेफिनेटली अच्छा पढ़ेगा, उसकी नीड अगर है, रिक्वायरमेंट है तो। और उसने ऐसे एडमिशन लिया है तो फिर आप क्या कर सकते हो उसको? His casual approach is responsible for that particular activity.
सर
देखो,
अभी
कोई
तो
इंजीनियरिंग और प्रोफेशनल कोर्स हम जब देखते हैं, कहाँ कहाँ बच्चे प्रोफेशनल कोर्स को 2.5, 3, 4, 5 या मोर देन फीस पे करके वहां रेसिडेंशियल जाके रहते हैं, रात को 10 बजे भी गेस्ट लेक्चर अरेंज किया तो ऑटोमेटिकली वहां वो सब जमा हो जाते हैं और पढ़ते हैं, और उनको अच्छा पैकेज भी मिलता है प्लेसमेंट में। कुछ कुछ लोग कॉलेज में बीच बीच में जाके उनको 10,000 का पैकेज भी नहीं मिलता है। तो देयर अप्रोच इज डिपेंड, वो कैसे पढ़ते हैं वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, या उनकी नीड है, वो माइंड से रेडी है, उनका मेंटल प्रिपरेशन नहीं है तो वो नहीं पढ़ेंगे, क्योंकि दे आर मैच्योर, दे आर मोर देन 18, बाद में हमारे हायर एजुकेशन में आते हो यूजी पीजी में, तो उनको वो 12th तक ही बनाना बहुत जरूरी है। और लकीली अभी 11th 12th स्कूल को जोड़ दिया है, तो दैट इज वेरी गुड थिंग फॉर डिसिप्लिन एंड अदर सम, जो चीजें खराब होती है उसको रिमूव करने के लिए वो अच्छा काम हुआ है।
Sir, one more thing is that in a
यस
very minimum
सर।
age, parent gives the mobile to the students, and in mobile there is a lot, huge number of the online gamings are there. So because of that, also the generation
राइट।
get damaged.
करेक्ट है सर। सर, right now my some students is working on school research. School student is not our problem, or they are not obstacle in the education or learning. पेरेंट्स कहीं सुनते नहीं है, पेरेंट्स ही अपना स्क्रीन टाइम कम नहीं कर रहे। पेरेंट्स पहले पेरेंट्स ने कंट्रोल करना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि बच्चे अगर पेरेंट्स और टीचर से सीखते हैं, पेरेंट भी उनके टीचर रहते हैं ना, उनसे अगर बच्चे सीखते हैं तो पेरेंट्स ने भी खुद को कंट्रोल करना बहुत जरूरी है। मैं अगर ज्यादा मोबाइल यूज नहीं करता तो मेरे बच्चे भी ज्यादा यूज नहीं करते। मैं अगर दिन रात ऑनलाइन हूं तो उसका इफेक्ट ऑटोमेटिकली स्टूडेंट के ऊपर आने वाला है, क्योंकि दे आर नॉट मैच्योर्ड, दे आर, वो हमसे छोटे हैं, लिटिल है, तो वो तो होता ही है। इसलिए पेरेंट ने पहले अपने वैल्यूज को कंट्रोल करना बहुत जरूरी है। तो होल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ गेमिंग वगैरह ये तो पेरेंट्स की है, उन्होंने उनको समझाना चाहिए, और अल्टरनेटिव कुछ अलग दूसरा उनको देना चाहिए, जैसे म्यूजिक हो, ड्राइंग हो, या अलग अलग कुछ हो, तो उसके ऊपर उसको अल्टरनेटिव नहीं मिल रहा है, इसलिए उनकी एनर्जी वहां लग रही है। क्योंकि हमने एनर्जी का लॉ सुना है कि एनर्जी इज नॉट, निर्माण भी होती नहीं और नष्ट भी होती नहीं, इसलिए वो यहाँ से वहां शिफ्ट होती है। तो वो एनर्जी को अच्छी जगह पे लगाए तो अच्छा काम हो सकता। यस सर। ओके गौरव।
Yes, thank you, sir. Roll number 43.
Yes, sir. Sir, on behalf of the UGC MMTTC and Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, and all the participants of this refresher course, so I deem it a great privilege to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed resource person, Dr. Suhas Pathak, sir, for delivering such an enlightenment and thought-provoking lecture on the topic of IKS and education. Sir, your insightful deliberations and scholarly perspectives have provided us with a deeper understanding of how IKS can be meaningfully integrated with contemporary education. The way you connected theory with practice and encouraged interaction throughout the session made it not only intellectually enriching but also highly engaging for all participants. Your lecture has truly inspired us to reflect on the immense relevance of IKS in shaping the future of education and has opened newly dimensions of thought for our teaching and research endeavors. On behalf of all participants and organizers, I sincerely thank you, sir, for your valuable time, erudition, and commitment to sharing knowledge. We look forward to many more opportunities to on behalf of from your wisdom and guidance from the future. Over to Gauri, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, respected coordinator, director, ma'am, and all teachers. Thank you. धन्यवाद.
Jai Hind, sir.